I know it's hard, but you're better on your own. I know the scars got you feeling all alone. I know it's hard, but you gotta let them go. Say it with me, everything is okay, yeah, hey, yeah.
Peace and blessings, everyone. It is the coach, and it is halftime coming to you with episode 3 of the halftime coaching adjustment show. Really appreciate everyone joining in. It's been going phenomenally. So I really, again, like I said, I appreciate everyone for being here. Looking forward to another great show. I have some great subjects that we want to talk about. But before we dive into it, let me get in there with my co-host. What's up, halftime? How you doing, brother?
Doing good, man. Doing good.
That's good. How's the family doing, man?
Family's doing good.
No,
Kids
all right.
are still asleep because they decided to stay up all night, but you know.
Oh yeah. Okay. There you go. So yeah, a little easiness, I guess, for you. So
Yeah, it's not hectic.
all right. So for everyone, thank you again for being here. We know that you know the routine. If you don't, if it's hit that like button for today's episode, hit the like button on each of our channels as well as the Hardcore Sports Network. Make sure you subscribe to each of our channels and hit the notification so you know when we post new content. And everyone, help us out sharing on all social media platforms. We really appreciate you guys doing this. So in the chat, Star Wars 99, thanks for being here. Really appreciate you. That's right. Let's go. Victor, that's right. Thank you for being here. Make sure you guys stay connected with us in reference to, subjects, which what we have going on. So, but to kick off the show, we're going to start.
Appreciate everybody in the chat. You guys are awesome. I love this. It's amazing, Coach, about the chat.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, they come in here all the time and show that freaking love and support, and it's awesome.
I agree with you, man. It definitely is awesome. So, and they're part of the family, man. So, that's what's so great about this. So, it's not just us two. It's everyone being involved and contributing to this. And I'm looking forward to as this thing continues to grow. So, and last week we talked about the the draft grades for the NFC. So this week we're going to finish off and talk about the AFC in reference to the grades there that we think for each of the teams there in the AFC. So what we're going to do is we're going to go start by divisions, and we're going to start because we're on the East Coast. Sorry, West Coast, but we're on the East Coast, so that's where we're going to start. And we're going to start in the AFC East. So we're going to start with Buffalo. The Buffalo Bills, in terms of their draft grades, I'm trying to pull it up now. I mean, their drafts, so we can take a look at it. Buffalo. Every time I do it, I clear it out. I have it up. I have it prepped. And I clear it out. I don't know what I keep doing. So, and Buffalo Bills draft. Oh, the NFL. Oh, that's what it is. The NFL cleared it out.
Yeah.
That's my fault. I'm trying to remember what they did. I'm sorry, ladies and gentlemen. I prepare ahead of time, and then I go back to it, and it's gone. And I don't.
I knew. Now this is what they did. They did trade out of the first round to Kansas City. I figure I'll give you a little bit of time. And they traded to Kansas City, and the Kansas City went and got a wide receiver, which, I mean, could have went to Buffalo because they just got rid of their number one.
Exactly. So
just saying, Josh Allen, what are you doing?
Exactly. So scrolling down their page and trying to see.
What's good, Greg?
You know what? I'm going to have to scrap it, ladies and gentlemen, because I'm seeing that teams are scrapping there, and I
They're
don't know
all
them off the top of
scrapping.
it. Yeah, it's all off the top of my head. I'm sitting here trying, and I had everything prepped last week, and I don't know. It's gone. So, and I apologize to everyone about that. I try to be prepared. That's the one thing about me, I'm a coach. I try to be prepared, but
I
it's
will say this: Coach is always trying to prepare. He always tells me what we're gonna do and what we're gonna talk about. He's
yeah,
on
I'm very
point when he does
detailed.
it.
Yeah, so it's frustrating because I want to give everyone a good show. So I'm sorry to those of you who were wanting to talk about it. So, but I mean, the next big thing is the NFL with the scheduling of their games. We just had the schedule release. So I'm going to start with you, being that you're the Eagles fan, you're the Eagles aficionado. So talk to me about your thoughts on Philadelphia's scheduling for this upcoming season.
I hate the bye. I hate
Mm-hmm.
the bye week. The bye week for the Eagles is week 5. Hate that. I mean, wish it could have been around 8 or like 10, I guess, in that area.
Mm-hmm.
And I think all Eagle fans would agree with that one. I hate Brazil. I mean, I know now I'm gonna be there's gonna be a couple Eagle fans that hate it, and there's gonna be a couple Eagle fans that like Brazil,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
but it's on Friday at 8:30 at night. Some people are still working, some people, and you have to look at this. This is why I look at it for fans. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And
Well,
the
go ahead.
fans don't get to go to the game. And don't tell
Mm-hmm.
me, hey, well, the plans can got tickets. If they're season ticket holders, they just fly to Brazil and go there. It ain't easy
Mm-hmm.
as all say it is.
Exactly. So I'm taking a look at the schedule. I mean, you start, like you say, you were talking about a Friday. Your week 1 is on a Friday.
Yeah.
So but that one is, you guys are at home.
Yep. We're home. We're home on Friday.
Yeah,
I
okay, yeah, you're home. Your first 2 are at home against Green Bay, then you're Monday night against Atlanta. So,
yeah.
that right there is a nice little break when you really think about it. I mean, it's like the Thursday night, but it's just Friday. So you're not
Right.
playing on Sunday. So, then you
Right.
got Atlanta. So, and they could be very tough. Then your first next 2 are 2 road games. Yeah, 2 road
Yep.
games against New Orleans and Tampa Bay against the NFC South. So, I mean, how do you feel about taking a trip down to New Orleans and then going to Tampa Bay for your squad?
I don't like it. And then I think it's too much traveling. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
You got to think we got Brazil.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we're home. We're home on Monday night, but we just went to damn Brazil.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, here we
Mm-hmm.
are. We're going back on the road again twice. I mean,
Okay.
the flying's going to get to the Eagles,
Mm-hmm.
I think.
What if now this is me thinking about it. Um, what if you guys went down to New Orleans and stayed down in that area? So you cut down on the traveling. Now you're gonna have to stay down there, find a place to practice.
Right.
So, and
I
then
mean, you probably can find a place to practice, and you probably can stay down there. It would be easier.
mm-hmm.
It would be less on the players.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Less,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
but do you really want to, though, Coach?
Now I'm just throwing it out there,
You
bro.
know what
I'm
I mean?
just throwing
Now,
it out.
see, I'm thinking now. Now I'm thinking, here's a guy. He can't go home to his family. You know what I
Mm-hmm.
mean? Too. Guy wants to
Mm-hmm.
go home to his family. I mean,
I got you. I got you. Then you got your bye. Then you come home and you face the Cleveland Browns, which is going to
yeah,
be a tough game. We
it's
know
gonna be a
about
good
their
game. It's gonna be a
defense.
good game. Cleveland's getting better.
Yeah. it's going to be about the quarterback play. Is Deshaun Watson, is his game elevating back to where it was originally, or is it going to be like it was last year? Because then, they're tough, but it's not like they're going to be a championship caliber, a Super Bowl contending program in my opinion. So, and then week 7,
Deshaun Watson is all that in a bag of chips like everybody thinks he is.
Well, when he first got to Cleveland, he really was. I really did like his game. It transitioned a little bit coming from
hurt.
No, you're right. I'm not Cleveland, not to Cleveland.
And he has to go do like, how can I put it? He a baby coach. Grown man, he's like a baby, dude. You know he is.
Yeah, I know. I mean, he's the baby. He's spoiled. What I'm saying is when he came from Clemson and his first couple of years in Houston, if you get that quarterback with Cleveland, then he becomes that team becomes that much better. As far as who he is, his reputation, yeah, you're right. I mean, and let's be real, 90% of the quarterbacks in the league are babies. I'm sorry.
No, you ain't gotta be sorry. They're babies.
No, I'm just saying people who love the quarterback. No. I'm sorry. They're spoiled. They're babies. But that's the era we live in. So let me get caught up with the chat real quick. What's up, Grega? Thanks for being here. Mitch, who made the flower? Yeah, the flyer. Yeah, it's you, Mitch. Thank you. But seriously, man, you did a great job with that, and I appreciate you.
I actually like it. It's really awesome.
Yeah. NYG, my brother, what's going on, man? Thanks for being here.
Unpopular, what is good? I haven't talked to him in a while.
Yeah. Tommy, thanks for being here. Health and wealth to all.
What's up, Tommy?
Big Body Brunson, guard. But yeah, we got to step it up tomorrow, man. That's the big thing. So it's the background, Greg. I was joking. So, so yeah. Let's see, Tommy. Those schedulers wrong for putting Giants at Browns, then a 4-day off Thursday game at home against the Cowgirls. They didn't start to see. Yeah, we're gonna get to that. We're gonna get in. NYG. No, I think most people, feel that way. He's cooked, and look, he just wants to go about and get his nice little massages, and look, you want to get your. Let me keep it PG. Let me keep it PG. Nah, screw that. You don't get your happy ended. You want to get your happy endings, bro. Do it right, man. Come on. Look, men have been doing that for who knows how long, man. Come on.
It's been going on there as long as baseball's been around. What the hell?
Look, I'm just gonna say this like this. Look, as long as the woman agrees to it, or whatever, that's your business. I ain't getting in your business. But when you break that barrier, because as a father of 3 daughters, seriously, bro, you got issues. So my daughters came to me like that. But yeah, he's cooked. What's good, fella? What's up, Man Cave? Just tapping in at work on a break. Great job. People smash that like button, subscribe to the channel. Always support, great support. What's up on NYG? Blaze, man. Blaze is always out there blazing a new trail. So
Blaze always showing that support, man.
Yeah, so great job. What's good, Cave? Pete Davidson for WNBA MVP. Yeah, all right, whatever. I mean, I actually got the Liberty game on right now, watching them against Indiana. So, but hey, it's Indiana. But let's get back to the schedule now with Philadelphia. After the Cleveland Browns, you travel to face my New York Football Giants. That might be a blowout loss for you guys. So
I'll be honest with you. I got the broom for you.
Look.
You won't be. I'll be nice.
No. Don't be nice. Let's talk that trash. But you know what? Saquon is coming back to New York. New York's going to be ready for him. And
he wants to show. Listen. No, for nothing, y'all got rid of him.
No, we couldn't afford him. We couldn't afford the money he wanted.
He's gonna go like this. He's gonna coach. You want to see what I can do with an offensive line?
No, that's fair. That's fair.
All right.
But you know what? By
And that's
then,
the problem. That's all he wanted. He needed an offensive line.
but by that time, our front seven should be in phase. So will you honestly, be able to, because the front seven is going to make it tough. Now passing and the balance, that might be a challenge depending on what happens on the back end of our Giants. But what I'm getting at is Saquon they're going to be antsy for, they're going to be ready. Dexter Lawrence, you don't think he want to put that smack down to say on Saquon? Come on now.
No, he's gonna want to try.
Mm-hmm.
Try.
No, I get you. But remember too, y'all don't have Travis Kelce. He always gave Dexter problems in the middle. So
right.
So it can go both ways. The thing I'm saying is when he comes into New York, it's going to intensify and it's going to make it even the game that much better.
The games are going to be better. Listen, The Giants gotten better. For everybody wanting to trash the Giants, I'm being just the Eagles fan that I am. Giants offensive line, truthfully, got a whole lot better.
Yes.
All right. And if you don't like their quarterback, their backup quarterback, you really don't want him to play. I don't want him playing because I'd rather have friggin' Danny Dimes. Because I think your backup quarterback is better than him. To be honest with you.
Hey, there's a lot of people who think that. So
then you got the rookie that rookie wide receiver. I heard he ain't missed a catch yet.
Basically. And it's going to change the whole dynamic. And see, that's the whole thing. So it changes the whole dynamics of the offense. And I think that's one of the things that Dave wants to do. But look. This is about Philly's schedule. So let's get back on track. So let's not lose sight of that.
I want to make sure the Giants fans in here don't say, oh, we just got another Philly guy that don't know.
No. That's the one thing. Halftime, that's one of the things I love about him. He's straight up. He's genuine. If he thinks it's going to be a blowout, he's going to tell you. But if he's going to, if he thinks it's, a competitive game, he's going to root for his team to win.
It's going to be competitive. It ain't like we're not blowing you out. It's going to be competitive. We're going to win. That's all.
Yeah, see, I like that. Now, I'm already saying I think we're going to win. So I'm not going to sit here and say it's that we're going to get blown out of all our games like some in Giants fandom. So Philly isn't the same team. Or the coaching is going down, burning. Okay, but let me get back to the schedule. Well, I'll finish up the chat in a little bit. So, wait a minute. No, let me close it out first. Let me see. Make sure I close this out because it's talking about Philly. Barkley is a tap dancer. He's not explosive like the She-Eagles. Locke will not hold onto the football. Locke is also a turnover machine. Blaze, I don't like him. Wish the colors were reversed, but it is what it is. Only get him twice a year. Yeah, I'm going to talk about that. Here, it makes sense. I see why people don't like them. See, when we get to the Giants a little bit more, I'll talk about the uniforms. I'll give you my opinion. So, and it's an unpopular one with a lot of the people. So, but after the Giants, Philly then goes to Cincinnati to play them Bengals. So Joe Burrow and the Bengals. So,
Joe Burrow ain't going to be around, Coach. He's gonna be hurt. Let's be honest here. Like
he's what NYG and I call. He's what NYG and I call an all shit man. That basically means every time you turn around, oh shit, he's getting hurt again. Oh shit, another injury. So that's Joe Burrow, and I understand the logic there. So
remember the video game, Mike Tyson's Punch Out. And what was that guy's name? Like, the name, the glass guy,
I remember the glass.
He's always hurt.
Yes. I don't remember the names, but I know who you're talking about too. So, but yeah. So then after that,
hurt. I think he'll be hurt by the time we play him.
Yes. I mean, that's a good point because that's week 8, and that's actually is it week 8? Yeah, bye is week 5 for you. So yeah, that's
Yeah.
week 8. So yeah, it's a strong possibility. After that, you come home and you face Jacksonville. So I think you should be able to handle them, especially being at home. That's my opinion.
I think we're going to lose.
You really think you're going to lose to Jacksonville?
Yeah, I think we're losing.
Why? At
Because
home?
Dougie P got us a Super Bowl, and he's pissed.
Good point.
Now, he would have beat us last time we played him, but it was raining. If it rains, maybe we can win.
Okay.
But I'm telling you, Dougie's P, he wants his revenge.
Okay.
I think he has it circled on his calendar. I think he wants revenge on us.
I mean, hey, that's...
Have you met a coach that wins a Super Bowl and gets fired?
No, you're right. You're right. I mean, that does make sense. I mean, it's like, why would you fire a Super Bowl winning coach? It doesn't make sense. I see if he was spiraling down, but he's literally coming off of a Super Bowl high, and you want to get rid of him. So it's like, okay, something's going on back there. And I mean, look what he's done for Jacksonville. He's made them competitive for the most part, competing for their division. So, I mean, I respect that. So, wait a minute. Halftime has always been fair with his analysis of the Giants. Yeah, it's going to be Jake Browning being at quarterback. Neighbors, Phillips, Theo, Tracy, Elijah, Altman, Bell, offensive line. Yeah, okay. NYG, yep, there you go. Shit. Shit. Every team usually has someone like that. So Eagles getting beat in the first 3 or 4 games. Ooh, okay. Probably not going to be easy. Halftime curious as to what the rain has to do with the outcome.
So when we played Jacksonville, and my opinion has a point, the Jacksonville just played way bad. When it was raining against Jacksonville, that's where we won. Jacksonville's quarterback, Trevor Lawrence, has problems playing in the rain.
Okay.
So I don't know why. I don't know what's wrong with the kid. You might want to take a water hose and spray him down a couple of times while he's throwing the football, because he kind of screwed the pooch on that one. He should have won that game.
Okay. I mean, he's not a sunshine player in the rain, so I guess I get you. So now after Jacksonville, you guys go to the Dallas Cowboys, November the 10th. And you got the 4:25, so it's a primetime game. So that's going to be a big game. I'm definitely going to be looking forward to that one by then. So
here's something big for y'all. You want something big? I'll give it to you. The Dallas Cowboys at that time, after they lose to the Eagles, will be looking for a new coach because they're going to fire their coach.
Ooh, now that might be a very unpopular opinion, but yeah, that's big. But see,
they're going to fire their coach. It's over for the Cowboys. The Cowboys did not do nothing in the offseason at all. So
no, I agree with you. There's a lot that they didn't do to help, Dak, but some of that is, hey, it's the money that they're paying him. So, but that's everyone too. When you pay them, it's going to come back to bite you one way or another. Tommy, Packers, Falcons on the road, they have a chance to win in Philly for sure. But then the Saints, Bucks at home are going to be a tough schedule. Totally different teams this year. They have improved tremendously. Okay.
I agree with Tom.
Yeah, I get it.
It ain't going to be like, I'm not saying the Eagles are going to blow everybody out. A win's going to be a win.
Blaze, ain't no sunshine when she's gone. Yeah, taking it back. Yes, was it Bill Withers? I believe it's Bill Withers.
Yes.
So, sorry, I was just looking at the Liberty. Liberty up by 19 on Indiana. So, when they were up by 20, I think 24 a little while ago. Okay, interesting. I have to pay attention to that going forward. Yeah, NYG, thanks a lot. Y'all hit that like button. Make sure y'all subscribe, hit the notification, share. just always remember, ladies and gentlemen, it's free to subscribe. It doesn't cost you anything, and it just helps us out immensely. And if you love our show, what we're bringing to you, hey, let's go. Let's keep it growing. So,
free to hit the like button. It's free to hit the sub.
Yeah.
It might help you, but it makes us bigger.
Exactly. And look, it's going to allow us to bring you more and more content. And as we engage and grow, yeah, there you go, Blaze. It's going to be a beautiful thing. Losing to Packers, Falcons, Bucks, Bengals, Jags, still. He said he's gonna lose all the game. Woo! Yeah. Hey. Okay, Tommy, I love that thought, bro. You know I do.
Tommy, Tommy's a little crazy today.
Look at Blaze. Halftime wants to get bigger. Pause. Oh boy, here we go with the pause junk, man.
Oh, yo, there's a special pill. It's the blue pill.
Exactly, Blaze. This is a no pause zone. We're old school, man. We're old school.
No pause zone.
Man, that's for y'all younger kiddies. Y'all do that. So, but after Dallas, you guys come home and take on the Commanders on a Thursday, literally 4 days after you play Dallas. I mean, what do you think about that?
I think we'll win the first one against the Commanders, but I don't think we're winning the second.
Okay. So the home that's your home game. So okay.
Yes, the home game we're gonna win.
But you're fine with it 4 days after playing Dallas. 4 days after Dallas.
Yeah. Yep. Crowd's gonna be in it. The crowd's just gonna be so pumped.
Okay. All right. I feel you. All right. Then you have 10 days off, and then you head out to Los Angeles, Party Town.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's gonna be nice. I mean, but yeah, playing the Rams, that's gonna be tough, man. That's gonna be tough.
See, that's the one I worry about, because the Eagles always lose a game that they're supposed to win.
Mm-hmm.
Now I don't know if your Giants are like that, but it's it's a gimme win. This is like you put a gimme win on there who you're thinking was supposed to win, and I had the Eagles with that win. But it could be an easy loss.
Yeah, and we don't know how the Rams are going to be by that time. Will they finally gel, with some of the changes, losing Aaron Donald, some of the constructions to the offensive line. So I get you with that. I definitely get you with that. That's going to be interesting. Then you're going to come. Then the next week you're going to Baltimore.
Oh, we're getting our ass kicked.
You're going to get.
We're getting our ass kicked. We're getting our ass kicked on that. We're going to lose that one.
Okay. Why do you think you're going to lose that one though?
Because we're going to Baltimore.
Okay.
So now we just went to the Rams. Now we got to fly home. Got to go back to Baltimore. I think this is where the travel.
But again, it's not like you're flying. I mean, it's hop, skip, and a jump.
I know it's only a hop, skip, and a jump. But I just think it's just too much traveling.
Okay, your point is the travel from LA and then the next week. I get you.
Then take a bus to Baltimore.
I see a lot of 2 travel games on your schedule, man. I mean that and what I mean by that is 1 week you're traveling to one team and the next week you're traveling to another team. So
yes, and that's where and I get what you're saying because you're saying, it's got to get to your team at one point in time because you have too many back-to-back. You're traveling, and which call?
Exactly. Now, after that, if you want to call it a reprieve, you're hosting the Carolina Panthers. Sorry, that could be a cupcake win by then.
That's a win. I mean, I think it's a win for us. But who did they wait and get? They ain't got nobody. They don't have They don't know what running back they want. And don't they have 5 running backs? You know what I mean? They got 5 running backs. They got to make a decision. You ain't got Miles Sanders. Miles Sanders last year. Since he was a fumble machine, he freaking.
Didn't they also get Swift? Didn't they also pick up Swift from you guys?
Um,
I could have sworn they picked up, but no, I knew they got one of your running back. Maybe it was Miles Sanders.
They picked somebody else up, but I don't know who they picked up.
Yeah, second. Oh, I started. Okay. Oh, sorry, I forgot this no pause zone. We losing to the Ravens. Get that blue. Mrs. Halftime be happy. Yeah, buddy. Yeah. Tommy for sure. Soto's the X factor makes a difference. See, we're gonna get to the baseball. And that's the thing because Philly's a Halftime is a Phillies fan, so we're gonna talk about that. So they got Johnson from the Steelers at wide receiver. Okay. Carolina will be better this year, but Philly and the Giants should beat them. And that's the thing. So Ravens killing the Eagles. Oh yeah, I forgot about that. Yeah, King Henry with the running game.
Oh, that's who they went and got. That's right. Yeah. That's who they drafted.
They picked up King Henry from the Titans. So yeah, all right, that's a good point. Then after Carolina, you host the Philadelphia Steelers. You and Blaze, you guys versus Blaze. Yeah.
I got Blaze. I got Vic in here. They're both Steelers fans. I do think the Eagles are going to win. It's going to be a close one. It's not like we're going to dominate because the Steelers defense is still the Steelers defense.
Yeah, exactly. So you have
that ain't going to change. That's going to be a hard fought, game.
Now the question is, who's going to be at quarterback and how are they playing by that time? So,
well, it's going to be Russell Wilson. I do not think Justin Fields is a quarterback. I think he's going to be the punt return, kick return dude. I think he's horrible. I don't see there's a lot of fans out there that say Justin Fields is good. And I don't know where anybody's watching because he's not even a quarterback. He wants to run with the ball first and throw it second because he thinks he can beat everybody. He's an athletic guy. He thinks he can beat he can beat the game. He can win a game with his talent. And you can't. You got to be able to chuck the ball. You're going to have to be able to run sometimes. But if you run so much, guess what? Everybody knows what you're going to do. They're going to just put a target on you.
Basically.
Now, when Pittsburgh said that they're going to do a punt return, kick return, I was like, I'm interested. That would be kind of interesting because the dude's fast.
Going back to the old Cordell Stewart days. So I kind of remember it. Eagles will beat the Steelers because it's in Philly, but if it was in the Berg, it would be a different, in my opinion, by Blaze. So
okay.
Doesn't matter who's the quarterback. Anything better than the four stringers that took them to the playoffs. Y'all stuff. And I mean, I agree with you there, Tommy. I agree with you. They've upgraded their quarterbacks. It's just that by the time you get to that game, because I think that's week 15.
Listen, Pittsburgh didn't. I'm shocked what Pittsburgh did. Everybody better be shocked what Pittsburgh did because I'm telling you now, in the offseason, did you see all the moves that they were making? Coach, Pittsburgh don't do that. They go in the draft. You might see Pittsburgh get maybe one, maybe two guys in free agency. They don't go get the shitload they went and got. They just don't do it. And I'm telling you, Russell Wilson needed to be in Pittsburgh.
Just feels good. He has amazing games. But Chicago wasn't right for him. I agree with you. Fields ain't no better than Daniel Jones. Okay. Pittsburgh will put both in the backfield and let people guess who's taking the snap. You know what, though? That could be an interesting.
I hate that one.
It could be interesting. It didn't
work for the Eagles, Blaze, and it's not going to work for you.
No, but see, for one type of a set, that's an interesting concept. Now, I'm not talking about being, a consistent thing. No, what's up, Miz? Thanks for being here, bro. I appreciate you always. Another great Giants.
I haven't seen Miz in a while.
Yeah, so. But yeah, doing that two quarterbacks in a formation at one time, that's interesting. NYG, how many 50-yard plus runs does Daniel have? Come on, man. Fields got that big time potential. Well, I think what we're saying in terms of that, they're both, the question is there because of this era in terms of passing. That's the thing in terms of, because a lot of people feel that way. If you're a running quarterback or if you're a perceived running quarterback first, you're not going to help your team win. That was the knock initially about what's his name in Baltimore, Lamar Jackson. But
Right.
once he started, his passing started to improve and people had respected it. It enhanced his running ability. So, coach and the Eagles fan, yeah, what do they say?
Yep.
Opposites attract. Salt and pepper, however you want to do it. So,
I don't know. I will let you know now, Blaze. I mean,
Miz.
friggin' that me and Jeff was on here before.
Mm-hmm.
And you know what I mean? I remember Miz that me and you were doing it. So
Mm-hmm. No, and that's the thing. Look, come on, imagine wait till our teams play each other. You don't think it's gonna up the ante? Come on, man.
Oh, I can't wait because I'm gonna coach on here while we're playing.
Exactly. How y'all we're fine, Miz. Barkley's going to get injured. I keep Jones over Fields, but honestly, Jones ain't our 14 as well. So Fields didn't have too many good options to throw to. Look, Blaze, they say the same thing about
DJ Moore. He has DJ Moore. DJ Moore is the most quietest. He is the quietest number one wide receiver that you guys will ever see. The dude always gets over 1,300 yards every year. Doesn't matter who his quarterback is. And let me tell you, you can't do it with him. You can't do it nowhere.
Oh boy, I'm starting to get worried now. Sorry. Indiana's closing down on the Liberty, so it's got me worried. So, but now after Pittsburgh, then you already said you think you're going to Washington. You already said you think you're going to lose that. And then your last two games are against Dallas and the Giants at home. So
and I think the Eagles win both.
Okay. So that'll be interesting, to close out the season, because like you said, by then you said you figured Dallas is going to fire their coach. So, there's going to be some changes there. So it's going to be interesting. But overall, based on your schedule, what are you projecting your team to end up with a record?
I got them at 12. I think I got them at 12-5.
Okay. 12-5?
12-5.
All right. So
I'm not an Eagles fan that's gonna sit there and say, hey, we're gonna win all 17 games. Now, when it starts, I'll have the Eagles going, all right, the Eagles are gonna win this one. And as the game is on, I'm gonna say I'm hoping the Eagles I got the Eagles winning. But I have my true belief is they're gonna be 12-5 this year. Okay. Could be better, could be worse. I don't know. But I'm not going to sit there and go, every week you might hear me say they win. But I go from Jump Street and I'll say, all right, we're going to be 12-5. And that's it. I'm going to, now the fandom's in me where I go, all right, my team's going to win every week.
All
like
right,
every other fan.
Yeah, and I know, Miz, you've been pounding that narrative even before this draft. Jones is out the door, so I know that with you. So situational football awareness is everything, and the Steelers are best with Wilson. Are the best. Wilson will kill it. Fields waiting in his turn. The Steelers will be AFC Championship contenders. Texans AFC champion. Stroud MVP. That's big. Yeah, saying that's big. Especially with Kansas City right now. And I know people are tired of it, but they're the champs. Until you knock them off, man. DJ Moore's okay, but I'm talking overall while he was with Chicago. Blaze, I understand where you're going in terms of the wide receivers. I do, and just like the argument for Daniel Jones, which is why, earlier look, they're both the same in terms of quarterback play. They've had bad teams around them offensively,
But it's also in-house. It's the upper people that you have to look at can't just blame the players because are they going to go get the players that they need for Justin Fields and for all these guys? I mean, they just went and drafted another quarterback. Let's see what they are going to do around him.
What are you smoking? That with the way 12-5. Tommy's really going in on the Eagles, man. He really does not like the Eagles. I know.
Hey,
this year, this is it.
He's the one. That Tommy's going to be the one with his hand in his face in his hand, going, "Oh my Lord, my
let me. There's something I gotta say because I gotta address this, Miz. I love you, bro. All right. Yeah, I think if Daniel Jones has a bad year, everyone in Giants Nation says he's gone. But if he's good, you're going to get rid of him.
No.
You gotta see what you're saying if he's good. Now, if you're talking about 12-5, you'd be crazy to do that. Whether they want to get rid of him, whether they don't, if the team is performing, you put the offensive line around him. We've been crying that he hasn't had a number one receiver. You're giving him the wide receiver now. So and again, I'm saying if, based on your wording, even if he's good, if he's good and leading the team, they're not going to get rid of him. That would be crazy. Especially if you put them at 11-6, like Lou says, or 12-5, and they're competing for the division or the conference. First of all, they're not going to be drafting high. There's no way you can do that. So I get what you're saying. You want to get rid of them, but based on that premise, your wording. Now I'm taking your wording, Miz. Even if he's good, that means they're drafting low in the draft. And they're not going to be able to get rid of him because now if he's producing, that means he's shutting up everyone who wanted to get rid of him. And if they're competing, and again, please understand, I'm going based off of Mrs. Word. He said, even if he's good, you're going to get rid of him. No, that makes no sense. That makes no sense to me.
You can't give away. You first of all, Daniel Jones. Okay, you don't know if he's good or not. Understand. Offensive line. Your offensive line was crap last year. I mean, you guys they couldn't stop. They just looked like a wet paper bag. People were going right through them. I mean, but you do have a good backup.
No, I don't want to say he's a good backup. He's played in the league. You've had his issues in Denver and in Seattle. I get it, but there's still questions about him, especially when he's throwing the football deep. He turns it over a lot. So, or he has a tendency of turning it over when he's throwing the football deep. Jones. The argument is when after his rookie year, he cut back on his turnovers because he was afraid to create turnovers. So that caused him to stop. But look, Miz, I'm not. If you're saying I'm riding his nuts, no, I'm not. But again, like I said, that's why I prefaced it saying this was off of your words. You said this.
12-5. I wouldn't be getting rid of a goddamn.
No, Jones ain't doing. Now you're saying he ain't doing. You said if he's good, they're getting rid of him, and that's why I'm saying I'm taking your wording, Miz. I'm not dick riding, so please, no. Again, I keep saying the same thing, Miz. I'm taking your words. You're the one that said it, not me. I'm going based off of your wording. So Eagles won't dominate the division. Miz, you were talking to who are you talking to with that last comment? Becoming embarrassing. I'm not a hater. Okay. Miz, I don't know. I mean, the way you have attacked them this last year and so, it leaves a perception that you are. You say you're not. You've opened your eyes, okay, but it comes across that way. I'm not wanting rid of him, but this year, okay. I mean, hey, you don't want to get rid of him? Okay, fine. Like I said, I was just using your words. Houston Hurts been watching him since high school down the street, so I know all about Hurts, but I'm being real. The Giants won the draft with Burns trade. Okay, yeah. If Jones is good and we win 9 games, they should. Okay, again, that's why I said, you didn't give a number. I said if he's 12-5, you can't get rid of him because you're going to be drafting low. So you're not going to get a Shador or a Ewers or what's the other one, Beck from Georgia. So he can be good and still only win 7-8 games. Okay, that's your opinion. So I don't agree with it, but I respect you. So I respect your opinion. One, come on, man. My point is fair. Okay, Locke can definitely do well if he has the proper play calling, but Jones is the better player if healthy. The play calling, because the play calling has been the problem. Mitch, you need to chill. Word up. So, but now I'm going to start and move on to the New York Football Giants and talk about the Giants schedule. So, week 1 we host Minnesota, so it's going to be interesting. So it's going to be interesting starting off the bat. I mean, Minnesota, who's on these? They're starting quarterback. They have weapons over there, but we have a new defensive. They have a new defensive coordinator. So there's things going on. Like you said earlier, the offensive line. Will Jones be able to step up? Number 1 receiver. So it's going to be interesting, that game, to start off the season. And it's in New York this time. It's not in Minnesota like the last time we faced them. It's in New York. So we're going to see what
that's going to be a double W for you guys from the jump street, because I don't. The Vikings are going to have some issues.
I come on for a minute. You missed something. No, Mitch, you're good. You're good. Right now, because this show is new, we haven't gotten to the point of bringing on others as yet. There's going to be time where we are going to be opening it up and bringing people on. We just haven't gotten there yet. So, and if I'm misunderstanding, okay, I apologize. I get it. That's the good thing and the bad thing about being in the chat. Sometimes you're typing words, and it's simple, it's quick, and I get it. So. You're good with me, bro. Don't worry. I mean, I'm just saying. I was just taking your words when because I'm, as my children say, I'm Captain Literal. I really am. I'm Captain Literal. You take your word, I will take your words, and I'm a former union steward, so that's the thing. I will take your words like a lawyer and say, well, this is what you said. This is the interpretation I'm getting. So you're good, bro. You're good. There's no animosity. I have no animosity or anything. So, but you'll have an opportunity, and everyone who wants to come on later. But right now, this is just episode 3. We're building it up.
Yeah,
we're getting there.
We want a happy family. This is going to be the new family. Giant fans and Eagle fans are going to come in here. We're going to be one big happy family.
Jones will do well. Tracy will be amazing. Pray we pick up Adam Bell. He will be a monster, but Kaffer will not be play calling, and they in the ship this year. Kaffer's incompetence won't take over. Tired of clown fans. Everyone's allowed opinion. We don't share. You're right. Everyone doesn't share. I mean, that's the one thing about me, Miz. I may not agree with everyone, but I do respect your right to your opinion.
Everybody got an opinion.
And as I always say, in terms of these opinions, all right, I'll understand your opinion. Like, people will say you don't understand, and there's times I may not, but for the most part, I do. I may not accept it. So always remember that. I may understand, I just may not accept. So, but you're good. You're good.
I don't like every opinion I have.
Yeah. And he ain't gonna like all mine.
First of all, nobody in this world's gonna like everybody's opinion. It don't work that way. This is a real world.
Exactly. So, but now getting back to the Giants schedule, week 2, they are going down to Washington to face the Commanders. Then the following, that's going to be that's going to be interesting. Now, the Giants have had their number the past couple of years. Always beating them, sweeping them, or at least tying one game. So it's going to be interesting, that game, and it's always a good one. I mean, I go back to old school Washington and the Giants. It was always a fight. more so than with Philly and Dallas. And this is in the 80s I'm talking about and into the early 90s. So, so what do you mean you're not allowed to have an opinion? You are allowed to have an opinion.
You got your opinion. You're allowed to have it.
Maybe he's talking about the chat, and I'm going to take it as that. Like I said, you can have your opinion. I'll defend your right to having your opinion, Miz. So, and if you're talking about me, I defend your right to have an opinion. I just may not accept it or agree with it. We can always have a difference of opinion. So please don't take it that, I'm saying you don't have a right, and as far as coming on the show, like I said, we're just building it up. It's going to get there, and I haven't had NYG on. Mitch hasn't been on. I mean, it's just been us two right now.
I got people on.
So, relax, baby. Relax, Miz. Don't take it personal. Don't, please. I love you, Miz. You know that. Look, you got my number, Miz. You can always text me. We can always talk. It's good. So we good. So, oh, okay, not me. Okay, that's fine. All right. We good. So getting back, after Washington, we go to Cleveland, which is going to be tough, but,
it's going to be a tough one too.
Like I said, and it's in Cleveland, but again, like I said, what quarterback are you going to be getting, especially week 3? So, and then after that, the Giants come home and they take on that team from deep down south, that dirty team, the Dallas Cowboys. Let me stop. They beat us both last year. They cracked our brains open, so I have to respect them right now until otherwise. But yeah, that Dallas Cowboys.
So and then the following week. That's the fourth game.
That's our fourth game, September 26th. So
this is my opinion as an Eagles fan. All right, I say Giant fans are going to be probably happy. I think you're going to be like 3-1.
Okay,
you're going to beat the Dallas. You'll beat the Dallas Cowboys. You're not going to beat the Cleveland Browns.
I can see that.
You will beat the Washington Redskins. I don't care.
Yeah, I know. I'm with you.
I am done with this left hand up, and they want to change their name back to Washington Redskins. You know what? No. So,
bro, I'm with you. It was Redskins going back almost 100 years. I mean, it's like, yeah. I mean, I get it in terms of, as they're saying, the political correctness, and there are moments for being politically correct. So I'm going to be honest.
People are just sensitive.
But yes, they're sensitive. Look, what do I say to myself? I'm the sexiest fat man that you'll know. People always say to me, "Why are you calling yourself fat?" Because I'm honest with myself.
Come on, I'm fat.
I'm fat. I mean, there's nothing wrong with that. If you're honest, you can accept things better, and that's me. That's how I am. I'm fat. If you saw me in college compared to what I am now, yeah, you may not verbalize it, but you're going to think it. I'm just saying what most people think when they see me. Damn, you're fat, coach. Yeah, I know. And I'm the sexiest fat man that you know, and I really believe that and know that.
Like I tell everybody, I'm fat. I'm short and I'm fat. And they're like, how big are you? I say, I'm 5'10". But buddy, when you come see this big boy, you're like, oh damn, here comes a friggin' dude. He's huge.
Exactly. So let me catch up on the chart. Others in the big blue crew. Oh, okay, I get what you're saying, Miz. Miz, Locke is trash. Jones is hurt due to bad play calling and lack of coaching, incapable to evaluate talent. It's like if you like Jones, but you feel it's time to move on, people get angry, but try to shut you up. So you know what, Miz? I'm going to say this, okay? The thing is, like with you, and I'm only going to say it and to reference it with you, not the other facet of the debate between the Giants or whatever. It's not that you have your opinion and you want to move on. Sometimes, in our group chat, Miz, and I love you, bro, but here's the truth. Sometimes you're going on and you got 50 posts one after the other, and we all get it, or I get it. I can't speak for everyone else. I get it. You want to move on from him. You're tired of him. I respect that. You have that right to. But when you see, and 50 is exaggeration. Let me be honest. It's probably 10 texts in a row. Then it's like, well, Miz, I get your point. why are you consistently doing it back to back to back? Who are you having a discussion with? Because no one is responding to you. So, that's how I see it for me. I don't have a problem with your opinion. I respect it. You have the right. So, and you talk about Adam. Adam has a right to that. You guys want to move on. I respect that. Look, I see something different right now. It's just like with Evan Neal. Anybody who knows me knows there's people that move Evan Neal to inside the guard or move on from Evan Neal. I'm like, I see talent. He just needs to lose weight and he needs to be coached up. But that's me. I have the right to my opinion. You don't like it? That's fine. But I have the right, just like you have the right to yours. Sometimes it's, look, people are not agreeing with you, bro. Let it go. You say your opinion. You don't have to hammer it over and over again because it's just like, you take a hammer and hammer me in my head. You give me a headache, bro. Come on, bro. Stop hitting me in the head with it. I get it. You want to move on. What's that cartoon where the little baby is like, not your mama, not the mama, not the mama, not the mama.
Wait, what is that one? Wait.
It's the dinosaur.
The dinosaur one.
Yeah.
I forget, my nephew loved that one when he was a kid. I forget the goddamn name.
No, I think it's called it's dinosaurs. I think that's what it is. Let me look it up real quick. Now y'all got me. See, that's the thing I love about this show. I love this show because
I love this one because
y'all really get us.
Old school. Dinosaurs. It's called Dinosaurs.
TV show.
Dinosaurs.
Dinosaur shows, yeah. Yep, Dinosaur show. Yep, that's it. 1991. So it's one for 4 seasons. So, but the little baby, not the mama, not the mama, not the mama. Yeah. So, but Gangstar said it. Take it personal. Take it personal. Please. But I love you, bro, because you definitely hit us with the hip hop. That's it. NFL didn't want us to drag the Cowgirls first game of the year. Yeah, I'm tired of the Cowboys at first. No Marshall tonight. No
Marshall tonight.
Yeah. What up, Coach? What's up, Matt? Man, thank you, man, for being here.
Mac, the Giants fan, he's awesome.
Yeah, exactly.
You guys.
So you fat and all that. Yeah, you fat.
Yep.
See, you taking it all the way back halftime. You're not fat. You're just a little large.
Little? Wait till you see me on the road. I'm not a little nothing.
Tommy, see Bengals, Philly stretch, Bucks, Cowboys, Saints, Ravens, Falcons, tough stretch. Halftime, you said you're more wide. Yeah,
I'm wide load. You ever see those trucks when you're on the highway and it says wide load?
Yeah, wide load. Yeah.
That's big.
Bro, trust me. They back in the day. Yeah, I'm thicker down low. I admit it. Hey, when I was in college, I'm telling you, when I worked out, I was always legs, man. I was always squat and leg press. Squat. I do my bench, get what I was required to do, but I'm wide load and I could walk around town and the ladies would come up and they'd pinch the backside. And you know what? They were like, ooh, you got a big one back there. Oh, yeah, okay. So Giants couldn't take a quarterback because the team isn't there yet. We take Penix, whoever at quarterback, he's getting killed in the thought of last year, terrible O-line. But Brasilio will make lemonade with lemons for sure. No, he has done a good job with Oakland, so I respect what he can do. So Scotty the Hottie, is Patch. How you feel about your Knicks coach? We'll talk about that in a second, man. But I will say this: I did say the game series would go 7, and I did say Knicks in 7. So Mitch can even attest to that. So before I continue on with the schedule, Giants schedule, it was asked earlier about the Giants uniforms that were released. And there's a lot in Giants Nation that, they don't like it. And I get it. People are saying, oh, the brown pants and all this and all that. And I've posted it. I've said it several times. So most people are not realizing this is the 100-year anniversary. Those uniforms are when they first started in their first 3 championships. The jersey is from one championship, the pants is from another, and the socks is from another. It is a representation of the history of the New York Football Giants. I get you may not like the look of it, but take that out of the equation and respect the history. This organization has been in the NFL and pro football for 100 years. Not a lot of organizations could say that. Not a lot. And that's the thing. Yes, I'm a history buff. I love history. And that's
I even have that. I have a history thing about the Eagles on mine. I did a history buff on the Eagles on mine. And yes, the Giants were an only team. Like the Eagles was the Steagles. It was the Eagles and the Steelers combined. The Giants were by themselves.
Exactly. Because back then it was Chicago, Green Bay was there, the Giants, and I believe Washington either was there or came a year or two afterwards. And, there have been other teams throughout the course. A lot of them are defunct. But the point being is I said socks. I meant helmet, the helmet. Sorry, I was thinking about it now. The point being is this is about the history of the organization. And that's the thing. That's the thing I don't think people are really taking in the equation. We get caught up into the design and, looking at this. But what about your history? This organization has the third most championships in all of pro football. Only Green Bay and Chicago, and we're one behind Chicago. So think about that. These uniforms are about the history. It's not about anything else. Yes, I mean we've had the red jerseys in the past, and there's the debate about that. Some have talked about going with a red helmet. Some have talked about going with an all black. All of that is nice. I get it. But this is about the 100-year anniversary of the New York Football Giants. And I wish people would stay focused on that. Forget about everything else. We've been here. We're only one of the few franchises that have been around that long. So, but that's my take on the uniform. Do I like them? Yeah, I do, because I'm old school. I like old school stuff. I mean, I've gone back and watched some of the grainy footage of Jim Thorpe. Because there's debate that he is probably one of the greatest athletes in all of professional football history. But I've gone through and I know my history when it comes to football. And that's the thing that I appreciate when it comes to football. But go ahead. You got something to add? Go ahead, brother.
No. Okay. I was just I like the old school. I like when people start talking old school about their teams and shit, because then they really have knowledge of what that team went through. So I get excited. So I'm just paying attention, listening to you. I'm loving it.
Hey. All right, now after we play the Cowboys, we then go to Seattle. Okay, and it seems like every year we're going to Seattle. Seattle more than I like. I think it's going to be tough, especially going to Seattle. Most of the times especially going from the East Coast to Seattle, playing in that stadium, that fan base, it's a tough environment, So can the Giants win? Hopefully by then, as Philly said, we're 3-1. The guys will really be picked up and amped up, and it'll be a great opportunity. But it's also another rematch where the former player, Leonard Williams, is there. So it's going to be tough. Then after that,
I think you guys lose that one. You think you're winning that one?
No, I'm going to be honest with you. That's one that I don't think we will win. Especially coming after a division game with Dallas. No matter what, whether we win or lose, it's just right now we really want to prove that last year's 40-0 start of the season is not the norm. So we want to compete with Dallas, and look, you're going to be beat up when you travel. So it's not like we had a bye in between that. So that's the thing that I'm looking at there. So, and it's October 6th. So is that one of those is a primetime game, if I'm not mistaken? Let me double check. And I think it's the 26th of September. Okay, that's a Thursday game. So then, that might give us a little break. Yeah, because we play the 22nd and then we come to the 26th. So coming from Cleveland to Dallas, 4 days, that's also a challenge like you were talking about with Philly. So it's going to be tough. So that's going to be a tough stretch like Tommy was talking about earlier, And then after Seattle, we come home and we host the Bengals. So we host the Bengals, then we host you. So these games are starting to pick up with the Giants. Excuse me.
I mean, I'll be honest with you. Like, if you don't have to play against Joe Burrow, you should win. So you should win that one if Joe Burrow is not around. If Joe Burrow's around, that's going to be a little tougher for you.
Yeah, it's going to be tough. So after that, we get 8 days off before we end up playing the Pittsburgh Steelers, and it's going to be in Pittsburgh. So us then going up against Blaze. So that's going to be a tough one, especially being in Pittsburgh. And it's a Monday night. So let me just double check here. October 28th, I believe, is a Monday night. Where's my schedule? There it is. Yeah, it's a Monday night. So that's going to definitely be a tough game for us, especially from playing the Bengals. So the Bengals are still going to be tough anyway. So, and then after that, we then host Washington. So that'll close out our Washington games for the year. And then November 10th, we go down to Carolina. Actually, no, I'm sorry. That's the game that's in Germany. We played them in Germany. So we're going to be traveling overseas to face Carolina. So it's going to be an interesting game. I wish I could go. I mean, those of you who don't know, I grew up a little bit from my first couple of years in Germany. So, but it's my dad always says Germany is my second home, which is true. Growing up as a military brat. So, and I would love to go to that game. And hey, if I hit the lottery, I'm telling y'all now, I'll be in Germany going to that game. I mean, I'm probably not going to hit the lottery, but if I did, yeah, I'm heading to Germany. So, and yeah, it's in November, so it's going to be cooler, but I don't care. I would go. So after that game, we come back. It's a bye. So, that's a good thing. And then after that, we host Tampa Bay. So, from Carolina, a bye to Tampa Bay, that might put us in a good position. Then after Tampa Bay, 4 days later, Thanksgiving, we face the Dallas Cowboys in Texas. And it's like, oh my gosh, why would you do that, NFL? Make us face them 4 days later. So it's going to be interesting, that game. So let me just, and then after that, we come home and we host the Saints. And then the following week, we host the Ravens. So, that's 2 at home. So, and that's the one thing that I noticed about our schedule. Most of the game, we have one back-to-back away series. Everything else seems like is home, away. And then we have 2 series, which are 2 weeks in a row at home. So, and that's the second one. So with the Saints and then Baltimore. Then after that, we go down to Atlanta. The following week, it's either the Saturday or Sunday, we're going to host the Colts, which is our final home game. And then finally, we end up the season against you guys. So that's going to be our schedule. It's Minnesota, Washington, Cleveland, Dallas, Seattle, Bengals, Eagles, Steelers, Washington, Carolina, bye. Tampa Bay, Dallas, Saints, Baltimore, Atlanta, Colts, and the Eagles to close out the season. So now, if you ask me, honestly, I think we're probably going to win. And I know Lou's going to look like, what, coach? Come on, 11-6. But no, I think we're probably going to win about 8 games, anywhere from 7 to 9 games total. That's what I have as, because it depends on how we are, how the team gels, how they mesh together. But I think we're going to be somewhere in the 7 to 8 range. Now, if we are anywhere 2 to 5 in terms of the overall record with the New York Giants, Dable is going to be gone. Depending on Shane. But yeah, if we're and let me say this: if we're 5 games, but we're competing in all our games and we lose, quite a few at the last minute. Yeah, it's frustrating, but then look, you need to fine tune some things. He might be back, but really, if it's anything like last year, he's going to be gone. He's really going to be gone, and that's the thing. And to Mrs. point, Daniel Jones is definitely gone. We all know that. If we're 7, 8 wins, Daniel Jones is probably going to. And if you're 9 wins, depending on the layout of the league and how this team is, they may consider. But that's just me. That's my opinion. So, but what's your thoughts in terms of the Giants? I didn't give your Eagles. I actually think the Eagles are going to be 11-6, 10-7, 11-6, somewhere in that range.
Okay, so I actually looked at your list. I'm actually thinking you're going to be around, I want to say 8 to 9 wins. I have you guys.
Okay. So you're like,
so I mean, like, you guys got a hard list. You really do. You got to. When you're traveling to Dallas and you had to go travel to Seattle, you have to look at that. The traveling will hurt a team. That's why I don't like going overseas.
I get it.
Because all that traveling, it's bullcrap.
No, I get it, bro. I get it. In terms of business. I know you get it.
NFL's trying to make money, but man, how greedy do you have to be? You make $7 to $8 billion a year. How much more do you need?
You know what? It's one other thing I don't think you factored in too. Don't forget, there are American fans that are overseas, whether they're in the military, they're working overseas, and this is an opportunity for them to see their team. So, but yes, it's about the business. So don't anyone think I'm talking about, it's not about that money. It's about that paper first. If anyone's going to make that money, they ain't doing it. I don't care if it's fans over there.
They don't care about the people that are overseas. They don't care about it as long as they can make the money.
It's a small percentage. Yes, it's
they
money.
Don't care about it. They don't care about
yes.
Wherever the money is.
Yes, money is here. It's a big percentage. Like if you look at a pie, I think the fans that are overseas are probably 5%. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, exactly. So, and Tom, you made a good point about Seattle. I forgot about they have a new coaching staff. So that's something I have to factor in by week 5.
Yeah, but it didn't matter. It really don't matter. I think you're going to lose because of the traveling you're doing.
No,
going from Dallas to Seattle. And then
we host Dallas, so we're at home, and then we go to Seattle.
Oh, I thought you had to go.
No. We go to Dallas for Thanksgiving, so it's 10. Okay. Yeah, so that's the thing. So it's going from Jersey to Washington State. So it's just that the coaching staff, which is true, but by then you start to work out the kinks. So it's a give and take. So hey, halftime coach, what do you think the Giants will be? Yeah, we just gave that. How's everyone doing today in the live stream broadcast, Philly Halftime Network? Yes, thank you, Charles. Thank you Great supporter. Charles. Smash a like button on your way into the live stream. I just did. Good job. Don't like U.S. sports in other countries. Hey, I understand.
I get that totally.
So, but it's just like with soccer in the United States. I mean, I know it's a worldwide thing. Both NBA and all of them, basketball, baseball, football, they're trying to be a little bit more international because you have soccer and baseball. Money. The world needs to know about this show. It's a different take on sports. ESPN. Thank you, Nick. We appreciate it. It's growing, Nick. And that's the thing. We just want to go streaming with Junior tonight.
I'm not streaming with Junior tonight. I'm doing the baseball game, the Phillies tonight. So I will be streaming with Junior tomorrow night.
Charles. And whether you're actively chatting or joining the stream, quietly make Philly halftime what it is. Feel inspired to join the chat. We're all ears. Exactly.
Thanks,
Exactly. Oh, that's Nightbot. No, that's fine. Leave it on, bro. I like it. So Giants will be 10-7. My humble opinion prediction. Okay. German is amazing. Yeah, Tommy, I know you're out there. So and I can hear the same thing halftime. Stretch out in case Phillies need you to march this out. What's for it?
They want to pay me that kind of money. I'll go and I can do that kind of stuff.
I got the Giants 8-9 to 9-8. I like looking at.
I like looking at pie too.
Blaze, yeah.
Hold on. Let me clean it off.
Like G Nation, what's up, brother? Thanks for tapping in. So he's got the fight tonight, Fury and Usyk. So leather to the face. He always does a great job with boxing and UFC. So tap in, to watch him 6 o'clock if you're a big boxing fan. He and Wells and the crew, Pat and NYG, they do a great job in covering it. So, but yeah, definitely tap in if you wanted to get into their to the boxing. So now I just want to talk because we covered the Eagles and the Giants, and what outside of your team, the Eagles, what games do you think are you interested in seeing in terms of big games?
Big game. The Kansas City and the Baltimore Ravens.
Game week 1. Yeah. See, I got
want to see that one.
See, here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to talk about the Thursday night, Sunday night, and Monday night games. So,
all right.
Those are usually the big ones.
Games.
Yeah. In the Thursday night, week 2, you got, and I'm just going to read them down, so take your notes and then think about which ones you want to see, and then we'll come back and talk about it. Okay. Right. So Thursday night, week 2, under the Thursday night, you got Buffalo at the Dolphins. Week 3, you have the Patriots at the Jets. Week 4, you have Dallas at the Giants. Week 5, you have Tampa Bay at Atlanta. Week 6, you have San Francisco at Seattle. Week 7, the Broncos at the Saints. Week 8, you have the Vikings at the Rams. Week 9, you have the Texans at the Jets. Week 10, you have the Bengals at the Ravens. Week 11, Washington at the Eagles. Week 12, Steelers at the Browns. Week 13 is actually a Friday night, the Raiders at the Chiefs. Week 14, Green Bay at Detroit. Week 15, LA at San Francisco. Week 16, the Browns at the Bengals. And the last Thursday night, Seattle and the Bears. You know what? Let's do each section: Thursday night, Sunday night, Monday night.
Yeah.
Out of those, is there one that really piques your interest?
The only one is the Giants and the Dallas Cowboys.
Okay.
All the ones that you mentioned. It's like, and this is what happens because, the NFL does this all the time. They give some crappy Thursday night games. Like, there's always a good team, but they're playing a bad team.
Mm-hmm,
you know what I mean? Like Kansas City playing the Raiders, who's like really pumped up to see that. I mean,
yeah, against across the country. Yeah, you're right. If you think about it,
everybody with Kansas City is gonna be, oh well, Taylor Swift's gonna be there, and they're gonna go, no, the Raiders are just garbage.
Yeah,
you know what I mean.
See, I'm going to give you a different take. There's one that intrigues me, and I know everyone else is going to say, ew, no. But it's the Broncos going to the Saints. And if you haven't figured out why, it's because it's Sean Payton going back to New Orleans. How is he going to be received? What
I could think of, like,
yeah.
Why?
Do I think Denver? Yeah, Denver is, as far as the team, they're still building. But when I just read it, I was like, yo, that's how is Sean Payton going to be received? Is he going to be beloved and cheered initially? Yeah, he's going to be booed throughout the game. Yeah,
Is he
during
gonna be booed?
the But I just saw that and I was just like, you know what? I'm intrigued by that. I'm gonna tap in now. Of course, if it gets out of hand, yeah, most people will turn it off. I'll probably, okay, I'll probably have it on in the background doing other things, whatever, just because it's football. But yeah, I'm intrigued to start the storylines going up. And then one more is the Texans at the Jets. With the new generation quarterback with Stroud, and then with Rodgers, what's going on. The both teams could be very good at that point in time in terms of Week 9.
Yeah, but
Where
the
they
thing is,
are.
like you said, I'm intrigued of it, but I don't know if Rodgers is going to be around. And stay healthy, because I mean, like they had this big thing last year, him coming out running out with the American flag, and he's coming out, and they got friggin' fireworks shooting off, and he lasted 3 friggin' downs.
Exactly. No, exactly. Exactly. So, Coach, you realize YouTube changed for the better when halftime arrived, right? Yeah, you're right. You're right, bro. I like that. I like that.
I like that one. That's funny.
Converts before halftime around. YouTube halftime saved YouTube. There we go. There you go. Thank you. Thank you,
Gene. YouTube. I can't get over the hump. I'm trying to get to my little goal. I can't even get to it.
Yeah, Coach,
I'm almost there, Coach.
Time, would you be interested to add him to the Knicks halftime hates Batum? Not Batum. Actually, I would rather Oubre. I would rather. No, I'm getting Oubre. We gonna give him the money. No. Mitch wants Hartenstein, so you can have Hartenstein. We'll take Oubre.
No.
Oubre will be our start.
Mitch ain't allowed to be my bringing 76ers no more.
So okay, now
Mitch is the guy that said Oubre should be sitting on the bench.
I don't know about all that.
Now all of a sudden Mitch is like, oh no, you got to start Oubre. I'm like, I was the one saying Oubre needed to start. It took them a little bit.
Exactly. Now I'm going to move over to Sunday night. Okay, everyone, make your notes. Make sure you put in the chat, what Sunday night games, you would probably be interested in. You already said it. Week 1, Baltimore at Kansas City. Then you have that's a Thursday night. I just realized they didn't put it in Thursday night. That should have been in Thursday night. Okay. But then also Sunday night, you have the Rams at the Lions. Then week 2, you have the
that's going to be a goal with Jared Goff. Was the
both
Rams.
quarterbacks going back to where they
switching. And the Rams, what happened was the Stafford won a Super Bowl with the Rams. And that'll be, I guess that would be interesting. But, the Rams are falling down because they lost their defenseman. He retired.
Yeah, but there were certain moves. So also, does that also help their defense? Because teams now, have to kind of spread it out in terms of how do you attack their defense. So, I mean, it's going to be interesting. And like I said, it's week 1. So, you're going to be energized with the first game. Week 2 is the Bears at the Texans. Week 3, the Chiefs at the Falcons. Week 4, the Bills at the Ravens. Week 5, Cowboys at the Steelers.
That's going to be a good. That's going to be a good one right there.
I always go back to the old days where it was always Dallas and the Steelers, whether it was in the Super Bowl, regular season. Those games always used to be big games. And my dad being a Steelers fan, so
what game is that one on? How many?
That's week 5. Week 5, October the 6th.
All right, here you go. Hot take. That's the game that the Dallas gets rid of their head coach. After they lose to the Steelers, for all the Steelers fans in there, you're beating Dallas and you're making their coach get fired.
Interesting. All right. After the Dallas Steelers, then you have the Bengals coming to the Giants. After that, you have the Jets going to the Steelers. Then you have the Cowboys at the 49ers. Then you have the Jaguars at the Eagles. Then you have the Lions at the Texans. Then
That's
you
gonna
have
be a
the
good one.
Colts at the Jets.
The Lions at the Texans are gonna be a good one.
It's going to be an interesting one, yes. After the Colts and the Jets, you have the Eagles at the Rams. Then you have the Dolphins at Green Bay. And it's going to be in November, so it's going to be a little brisk out there, maybe a little snow.
I like
then
that
you
one.
have the 49ers at the Bills, the Chargers at the Chiefs, then Green Bay at Seattle, the Texans at the Chiefs, the Bucks at the Cowboys, and to close it out, the Dolphins and the Browns. So I know you've given your little tidbits on a few of them. So, I see where you're going, with those, and the first 2 weeks for me are really what intrigued me, because we already said the Ravens at the Chiefs right off the bat, great game, two of the top quarterbacks in the league. And then the next week, still another top quarterbacks with the Rams at the Lions, with both top quarterbacks going back to their former stomping grounds, and some have said the Rams are going to be competing with the 49ers out west. So, and I want to see what they're going to do. Is this Stratford's, is this going to be the year where basically he's just done, or is he going to elevate his game and continue to lead the Rams? So it's going to be interesting, especially with him being back in Detroit. So, but yeah,
that's going to be a good one. That really is.
Exactly. So, halftime 7:50. Play-by-play with JJ. Thanks for tapping in, brother. Really appreciate you guys.
What's up, JJ?
And also everyone, again, thanks again for being here. You guys have been amazing. I really appreciate you guys. Halftime and I really appreciate you. If you haven't already done so, make sure you guys hit the like button on Philly Halftime, the Hardcore Sports Network, and Coach Ed Gladney's Amazing World of Sports. Subscribe if you haven't already done so. Hit the notifications so you will always know when new content is being promoted and produced. And make sure you guys share on all social media platforms. That helps us all grow, and we appreciate you. And look, as my man Lou says from G Nation, hey, it's free. It don't cost you anything.
Cost you nothing.
How many of us would love that? So, but again, thank you guys for being here. Now we're going to go over to Monday Night Football. And to start out the season, you have the Jets traveling to the West Coast to take on the 49ers.
That's going to be a good one.
Week 2, you have the Falcons at the Eagles. Then you have the Jaguars at the Bills. Then you have the Commanders at the Bengals. Then you have the Titans at the Dolphins. And that's 2 Monday nights in week 4. You have the Titans and the Dolphins, and then you have the Seahawks at the Lions. So 2 games, one on ESPN, one on ABC.
I like the Jacksonville and the Bills.
You like Jacksonville and the Bills? Okay.
Yeah, because I think Dougie P is going to have a good year this year.
Okay. You're high on the Jaguars. Okay, I like hearing that.
I'm just high on Dougie P because I think he's a real good coach, and the Eagles done him dirty.
Okay, I like that thought. All right, week 5, you have the Saints at the Chiefs. Week 6, you have the Bills at the Jets. Week 7, you have the Ravens at the Buccaneers. Week 8, Chargers at the Cardinals. Week 8. Sorry, 7. Oh, you have 2 week 7s. I do apologize about that, ladies and gentlemen. Week 7 is the Ravens and the Buccaneers, and then the Chargers and the Cardinals. So that's 2. The Chargers and the Cardinals are on ESPN Plus. So if you don't have ESPN Plus, if you're not paying for it, you're not gonna see the game. This is what it looks like, unless you're in the local area. Then week 8, the Giants are at the Steelers. Week 9, the Buccaneers are at the Chiefs. Week 10, the Dolphins are at the Rams. Week 11, the Texans at the Cowboys. Week 12, the Ravens at the Chargers. Week 13, the Browns at the Broncos. Week 14, the Bengals at the Cowboys. Week 15, there's 2. You have the Bears at the Vikings on ABC and the Falcons at the Raiders on ESPN. Week 16, the Saints are at Green Bay. And week 17, Detroit at San Francisco. So you already talked about the Jets. You talked about the Jaguars and the Bengals. Is there any other one that might
I like the
interest you?
I like the Texans against the Dallas Cowboys.
Mm-hmm.
Because that's when the Cowboy fans are gonna want to be the Texans. Riding their freaking bandwagon.
Good one.
And then what was the last one you said?
The Detroit Lions at San Francisco.
That one. Detroit Lions. Listen, Detroit is gotten way better. Y'all, everybody was making fun of a coach that said we're gonna bite your kneecaps. That's what they got. You got a damn he got a hard-nosed team that is willing to play for him. I mean, they're going to be good, and I think they're going to against the 49ers.
Rematch of last year's NFC Championship
game. Very interesting game.
Rematch of last year's NFC Championship game. So yes. So yeah, I'm the Jets and Frisco's right off the start. I'm interested in. I am interested in week 2 with the Falcons and the Eagles because of the are the Falcons now really able to elevate with adding Kirk Cousins? Did they do enough on the defensive side? And of course, the Eagles, you have to respect where they are and who they are, whether you like them or not. So and that intrigues me. And of course, like you said. I'm also intrigued by Baltimore and Tampa Bay. Baltimore going down to Tampa Bay, Monday night in that weather. Where will both teams be at the time? Is Tampa Bay really stepping their game up, or was last year an aberration, especially with their quarterback play? And of course, will Baltimore be able to continue? And then, of course, again, Detroit and at San Francisco, definitely the rematch there. And one little personal one. I'm interested in seeing the Cardinals because I don't think I'm going to see the Cardinals all that much, if any at all. And one player on the team I want to see play, Max Milton from Rutgers. I just want to see him play. Basically that's the only reason why. It's nothing more than that. So, ¿Qué pasa, mi amigo? Thank you, the Slayer, Lex Funny Shorts, and new subscribe. Thanks for being here. Really appreciate you. So,
how you doing?
So, but that's it right now in terms of football and the big games. There's one thing I want to talk about right now before I move on to basketball and baseball. And it's something that, Halftime and I, we talked about, and, I asked his opinion, and, he and his wife gave me a great one. And it's called The Differences with Activities When You Were Younger versus Today. Now, being two old farts, we were, one of the things he talked to me about was, your interaction with your friends was totally different. It was more in person and outdoors, which is true. Nowadays, a lot of your interaction is through the internet. Everyone's playing games and, or you're going through social media, quote unquote, that's how you interact, text messaging, it's not a lot of in-person involvement, with your interaction, give me your thoughts on Halftime in reference to that.
Yeah, it's like night and day. It's so different how, like, these kids don't want to go outside no more. I mean, like, when we were kids, your parents kicked you out of the house. You weren't allowed home. You're like, come on, then you better get your ass home.
Exactly.
That's the phone call. The street light came on. They don't care if you ate. They don't even care if you ate.
Exactly.
I am not going to shit you. They didn't care if you ate. They're like, yo, do you eat? I'm good.
Exactly.
He survived. Your parents, back in the day, your parents were like, damn, he survived.
Exactly.
Here I am.
My dad said the same thing. He's like, when you and your siblings, when y'all became adults, I was like, oh, finally, I survived, man. I'm just so happy. All his kids are adults now, and it's totally different. So yeah, you're right.
You always go and hang out with your friends when you were back in the day.
Mm-hmm.
Kids are like, I have talked to 3 people, said hi, said bye, said what I wanted to say. I'm out.
Exactly.
Like, where did you go? Yeah, I didn't go nowhere. I got my phone. I got this internet.
Exactly. You're in their room. They got the iPad, the computer, the TV, your cell phone. Okay, you're safe, and I get it. It's a different world, different environment. Because I'm going to get a little bit into that.
I don't trust the internet. You know what I mean? Because I'm old school. You got to worry about those weirdos.
Yes.
You know what I mean? With your kids. So it's like, who you talking to?
Exactly. No, you do.
I don't have a human being here that you're talking to. I can't see the kid you're talking to. So I don't know if he's a kid.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? Like,
and
now you got to worry about that stuff. Exactly. And I'm like, this is not like it was back in the day. No. It was way easier back in the day. But then again, your parents, they didn't really care about jazz. They didn't care for me.
It's different, yeah, in that regard, because yes, you're in a society where you do have to worry about the internet and the wrong people, contact your children and say and get your children to come out and do things that they have no business doing. Where, one of the things I had mentioned at halftime is I could go to the store at 9, 10 years old by myself, and the store was not right next door. It wasn't a corner store right down the street. I had to walk a couple blocks to get to the local corner store, get to the Acme or whatever but I was 9, 10, 11 years old. My parents didn't fear that I would be abducted or my siblings would be abducted in the 70s like that. So and
be able to go and get a pack of cigarettes, say, yeah, my mom said send me here for a pack of smoke.
Exactly.
Yeah, they didn't even care.
Nope. And also
I was getting scratch off tickets. My dad wants scratch off tickets. Well, how many does he want, son? I don't know. He said he give you money, and here you want some, and that's it. They give you a whole bunch of scratch offs. They gave you whatever you wanted.
You see, and don't forget, you also knew everyone in the neighborhood or at the local store. Like you said, he knew your parents, so he would do that. He would give it to you. Or if I went to my grandmother's in Brooklyn and I went down to the bodega, it was how's your grandmother? Oh, she sent me for some milk or for some bread. And then they'll say, well, here, this is also, give your grandmother this, or I give you, if you wanted some sandwich meat, she wants $1 worth of sandwich meat. They give her $2, things like that. Yes, and that's the way it used to be. I used to buy my mom cigarettes when I was 9, 10 years old. Yeah. We used to get in trouble back then too. I admit, there were those of us who, we did things we ain't had no business doing. But
it's really funny, Coach. Here you go. Who was you more afraid of when you did something wrong? When a person ratted you out to your parents as they beat you, or when you got to your parents? Because that guy, the guy that just is bringing you home for this already beat your ass.
I went through that, man.
He used to beat me and say, "All right, now I'm taking you to parents so you can get beat more."
Exactly. No, it was always my parents for me. The neighborhood, yeah, they would get on you. My grandparents would beat us, but no, the neighborhood, they would just tell my parents, and it was always, my dad. He's
they would rat you out. Your parents, you're like, dude, the neighborhood will rat you out. Like my parents would go play on 295. Well, what am I doing? I'm playing Frogger. I'm playing on 295. Y'all don't know what Frogger is.
Yeah.
You got to go play Atari.
Exactly. Play the old Atari. So, with me, it was, if it wasn't sports in the neighborhood, It was playing electric football. For those of you who don't know, we actually had the electric board, and it was and you take each player, and there's a little lever at the bottom that you would adjust to have them move a specific way. And then if you're running the ball, you put the ball in the runner's hand, and then you turn on the board. Your defense, you try to set it up because you don't know where they're trying to run to. And then
all magnets, and there's all the vibrations.
Yeah, it was all vibrations. And then you go, and as soon as they touch him, then defensively he's done. But if they didn't touch him, and it was always a debate, oh, I touched him. No, you didn't. Yes, he did. And then if you're passing, it was the quarterback who they would you pull the arm and they would throw, and if he hits them, that's where it is. But it was fun, and we used to have tournaments with that, just like y'all with Madden, with Madden tournaments. We used to have electric football tournaments
on there. Listen, there's fist fights on that. Watching these magnets in. No, he didn't. I'll punch you in the mouth.
Exactly. Oh, yeah. Exactly.
There was like some people actually put money on that stuff back in the day. I mean,
So, Cool, what's up? Thanks for being here, bro. Yeah, exactly. Kickball in school, man. You talking about? We played everything, baseball, and we were on. You were on we were on a little cul-de-sac, and not a cul-de-sac, a little dead end street, and it wasn't a big baseball field, but it was you put it right there, and you used to use the what's the plate for when you're going down in the sewage, that would be home plate. And and then if you hit it to this person's yard, oh my gosh, we're in trouble because they don't want the ball coming into their yards. So and then football. Oh, come on, man. We played football even if it was snow and ice out on the street. You played. We played
in the street, and I didn't live on a cul-de-sac or none. It was just like playing kickball. You got cars on one side, cars on the other. I'm like, and when you kick the ball, it bounces off the car and bring on. Hey, that's fair game. That car gets in the way.
Yes.
That ain't foul. And
exactly.
Then we do that.
Exactly. And that's. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
Remember half ball, coach?
No. What's half ball?
When they cut a tennis ball in half.
No, I never played that.
All right, stick ball.
Stickball, yes. Stickball, definitely.
It was another name for it. It's called half ball.
Got you.
But they used to cut it. You take a stick. You take your mama's broom. All right. Now hold on. You take your mama's weapon that she used to beat you with when you done really wrong, and you used to play stickball, and you used to cut a tennis ball in half.
Okay.
Now you didn't cut the tennis ball in half, right?
No. We never cut the tennis. We actually used a whole tennis ball.
Oh, so we used to cut a tennis ball in half, right? And we used to throw it like a frisbee. So you hold it like this, and you used to throw it like a frisbee.
Wow.
That is half ball. So it was like, and the ball, you can get the ball to actually do that and float different. But yeah, it was called stickball.
Oh, wow. See, yeah, no, we did. In my neighborhood, we had regular stickball, but we used a tennis ball, a hole. Or if I went to my grandmother's, then you had the put on the wall, and you put the X on it, and that's how you played the stickball. But then we played there. You played in the actual, or from the sidewalk to the street. So there's cars coming back and forth, buses coming back and forth. So we used to do that. Man, it was just so much fun. Used to pop the fire hydrant and go around taking a can and spraying each other. So it's the basketball. Oh, the basketballs were the best, man. I mean, you talk about fights. Man, that's where you saw the fights. That's where you really saw the fights.
Fights happening in basketball and football.
Yes. And football. So baseball, and
that's when you saw a lot of blood.
Yes. Now, when we played football, the girls would, like my sister would play with us. And I saw my sister break this dude's rib, man, because she would play safety, and the dude went up to try and catch the pass, And we taught her well. She took her shoulder and laid it right into his ribs. All you saw him on the ground looking. And my sister is small. Like now she's 5'2". Back then she was 4 foot whatever. And you're talking about a kid who's in his 5 foot, mid 5 foot, and I'm talking about 9, 10, 11 years old. Man, I was amped up. I'm like, yeah, there's my sister. She's a monster. She's gonna lay you out. And that's exactly what she did. She laid it, and that's what we did. Played on ice. My brother, who's an Eagles fan, always running into cars to make a catch. Always. Yeah. And I'm like, yo, Derek, why did you go into the car? He's like, I don't know. I just like hitting the cars. I'm like, because you could have caught it, turned up, and ran.
No, he wants to fuck up the car.
I want to hit the car. And it's just like,
that car's in my way.
Exactly. So, man, it was just so much fun, growing up in terms of the different eras. Like, they don't do that nowadays. They really don't. So, and that's why it's like, when he said it was halftime, sent it to me, and we talked about it, I was like, yeah, that's a great. They don't play
dodgeball no more, Coach.
No.
You know what they say?
Yes.
It's too violent.
No. See, listen. And the girls always played with us. So, and if you were a guy,
played with us.
But here's the thing. You knew if the girls you like were on the other side, you try to pick her out. And you either you wanted to hit her hard so she could hit you back hard because you two had it like that, or you wanted to throw it so she could catch it so you could be out, because that's how we play. So she catch it and you're out.
To the girl that you like.
Exactly.
You wing the hell out of it.
Exactly. But when you like her and she catches it, then after the game she comes over and you sit down and you talk or whatever. So I'm not even going to talk about the other games we used to play with the girls. So, But
yes. I get it now too.
Yeah. So, well, no, I'm going to say it. We used to call a game called hide and go get it. And if you don't know what get it is, that's it. And when the girls, they would go after the guys that they were like, it wasn't nothing sexual. You would just go and you would get your kisses, and you would, that was your girlfriend for the day.
The bottle. We had 5-minute timeout.
Yes, exactly. So it was just so much fun. So I today you don't see stuff like that. And it's you guys ever play with wiffle balls, like with the white ball and the orange bat, so and sometimes you pitch the ball and it would slow down and you would just be so amped up and you miss it.
We were asses when I was kids. But with the ball, we used to put water inside the wiffle ball as we threw it.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, it slowed it down so much that you were like, what the hell happened? Like you got 3 strikes on you trying to hit this one ball.
Exactly. And those are the things that, I miss, when we played football. We also had, our block versus the next block, so, and it was fun. Or basketball, same thing, whatever sport. And it was always whatever block you went on. If you hit someone, not hit the ball going in somebody's yard. If you hit the side of somebody's house, everyone breaks out. Everyone breaks out and starts running. Oh, let's get out of here! Let's get out of here! And don't let it hit the window and break a window. Oh Lord! Oh,
don't break the window.
Especially if you're the one that did it and they went and told your parents. Oh my gosh, man! You wouldn't sit down for days, man. Because then mommy and daddy has to pay for the window. Yeah. But you know what? I wouldn't change it for the world. That was so much fun. It was more interactive. You were in better shape. I'm going to be honest. You definitely were in better shape. So I mean, you could run like the races. Come on, man. Who's the fastest in the neighborhood? Who's the fastest? So
listen. We used to take our shoes off because I thought we would make it faster on a hot pavement.
No, it didn't. No, it didn't. No, it didn't. That ain't work.
All I know is that goddamn street was hot.
Yes, exactly. So, and that, man, that's what I'm saying. It's different than today. So, and like I watch my granddaughter. Yes, my granddaughter. She don't want to go anywhere. She wants to be on her iPad. She wants to play like her thing was a couple of years ago is watching other kids play, which
Right.
I to the life of me, my daughter, my oldest and I, we just couldn't figure it out. We're like, Skylar, why are you watching other kids play? Or why are you watching this girl play with dolls and you have your own dolls? And she's just sitting there with the iPad just engaged. And I'm just like, what?
My son does it. My son to this day does it.
I don't get it.
You understand?
I don't get it. It's like, yo, go outside.
Watching a kid play a video game. Play the damn video game. You have the video game.
Exactly.
Nah, I want to watch him play it.
I don't get it. It's like that's the part I don't get. That's where I'm like the interaction. It baffles my mind. What about you guys in the chat? I mean, Arku says she's trying to learn something. Learn what?
What are you learning?
You're watching someone else.
Tell me shit. Yo, did you know this or did you know that? And I'm like, how did the hell you know that? I don't know that. He's
Look,
like, the internet. Well, you been home, man. The internet.
Don't get me wrong. There's good things on the internet. There's good things in watching other people do certain things. I watch YouTube to learn certain things.
Yes.
But the best way to learn is by experience, by doing it yourself. Yes, I'm good at reading a book and doing and figuring out. I always tell people, give me the instructions. Let me read the instructions. I don't need half the times I don't need anyone unless I physically can't do it. But I'll read it, then I'll go do it. I'm not going to watch someone do it and then go and just sit there and watch them to do it. Now, if it's watch them and then you go do it, that's a different story. You're trying to build something, that's fine. But to watch someone play a game, for me, I can't get it. I can't get it. I don't get it. And these are two.
I get when you want to use a cheat code, and I get you like if you don't know how to beat something that you're looking up and saying this is how you beat this part in this game. But when you're watching how to you're just watching a kid play a game, or you're watching them play outside. It's like you have the toys. Why don't you play? Videotape yourself.
Ms. Halftime, you're right. Visual learning is one thing. I'm fine with that. It's you just sit there to watch them play and you're not doing anything. That's like they have to watch someone do it first. Okay, if you're going to end up doing it, that's different. I'm fine with that. But my granddaughter just watches them play. That's it. And it just, or go outside and play or whatever. That I don't get. I cannot. I'm like, Skylar, why are you not playing? You have your dolls. Just play yourself. So it's just I don't get it. That they
laugh at and they like it, and they're like, look, this kid is really reacting with these dolls. I'm like, or whatever. I'm like, okay. But it's different.
I love GTA 5 cheat codes. I'm gonna be honest with you guys. When I used to play video games and there were cheat codes, I'm not a cheat code person. Because
I had Nintendo. I got the fucking genie.
See, I'm a competitor, so I want to beat the computer. That's my whole thing. I don't want. No. I get the cheat codes. I understand, what the perk, but I'm egotistical. I am. I'm a competitor. Yo, I'm gonna beat this damn computer. The only thing I will not play a computer in is chess, because I am terrible at chess. I admit it. Anybody wants to destroy me in chess? Hey, I'm your victim. I admit it. My brother will whoop he just literally in 5 to 8 moves, he always checkmates me. And
dude, I played chess with my son. I don't know how to play chess at all. I played chess with my son. And he goes, oh, you want to play like that, do you? I'm like, what do you mean? He goes, well, that move is a certain move. It's called this. I'm like, how the fuck do you know that?
Yeah.
I was like, you don't play chess. He goes, yes, I do. I play chess all the time.
Then he's probably playing it on the computer. That's different.
But he watches this guy play chess. All those big time people playing chess and how good they are. And he goes, oh, you want to play like that, do you? Well, I'll take this and do that. I'm like, how does this little kid know that shit?
Hey, Greg, you know why I stopped playing Madden? And I stopped playing Madden in 2004, 2005 is the last time I played Madden. And I was in tournaments. And I'm undefeated. Literally, I'm undefeated. And, they would play 5-minute quarters and whatever. And you know what I'm doing? I'm running the football. They're throwing the football all over the place, and I'm just like, I'm sitting there. I'm like, all right, I know exactly what you're going to do. I mean, the plays were all easy. I figured out what every play. I studied every team. I knew what their tendency, whatever year it was. I knew exactly what they're going to do. Forget, I'm a coach, so that's what I do. I analyze it, and half the times I'm just running up, and everyone is yelling, "Oh, come on, coach, stop doing this! No, you can't." Yeah, okay. And I'm beating them 14-0, 21-0. They go and they play each other and they're, 35, 40 point games. No, you play coach. And they all, nah, coach, if you're in the tournaments, we can't play with you. Yeah, I know, I get it. Cause football is real for me. That's me. That's why I stopped playing Madden. It's like, what for? I mean, you guys don't want to play football because that's football. Half of you guys don't understand strategy. You just want to throw the ball because it's exciting and electric, and or if you're on defense, you want to try and get to the edge guy and just let him get after the quarterback. Okay,
yep.
But what you want to do when you're running, when you got somebody who's running, and yeah, you get the spin move. I get all that. You spin move, or you could dip the shoulder and run them over because that was my experience. I would run you over, and then get into the breakaway. And they would all, oh my gosh. And if it's 5-minute quarters, I'm eating up that one quarter. I'm eating up one quarter with the run game. And they don't like it. And I get it. Y'all want the excitement. Not me. Football, I take very seriously. I play the game just like I coach it, man. I study it, I analyze it. And then I'm in the tournaments, I'm watching you. And I'm watching what you're doing. And I'm picking up what you're doing. And my man, I still to this day, William, he cracked me up. He's like, Coach, you sitting here, because I would always sit in the back, initially. I didn't want to always go first until he caught on to that. Then he's like, no, Coach, you got to go first. You got to play in the first game because you're sitting back there, you're watching everybody. And it's just like this. I'm always sitting there and I'm doing this. And I'm just watching and I'm looking at whoever and I'm studying. And, and then he's like, you're sitting back here paying attention to everybody. I'm like, yeah, why not? He's like, everybody else is off over here. They're over there, or they might watch the game for the excitement, but they're getting something to eat or whatever, laughing, whatever, drinking. But nah, not me. Nuh-uh. Nope. I would tell you, nah, if you want to have a good time the way you want it, don't play me. Don't play me. If I study the game and I understand how to play the game, I'm telling you, it's going to be real. And I understand today is a passing game, and I'm going to figure out how to use the RPO and all of that. And I'm going to understand how to attack you horizontally and vertically. Always, I'm going to attack your defense if I'm on offense. And if I'm on defense, I'm going to strategize to take away what you were trying to do. Because every player on the game, they do the same thing. They have that one player that they want to throw the ball to all the time.
Yep.
Once you take that player away, then they don't know how to adjust. And that's how he was like, Coach, I can't play with you. I can't play against you. And I'm undefeated. You don't know how much money I won playing tournaments, man. Seriously.
I haven't played. I just started playing again, and I stopped a little bit right now because I've been working so much.
Mm-hmm.
Work kills me. So I haven't been playing. I actually just got Madden this year. Just started playing again. I haven't played for like 10 years. Just started playing again this year. I'm like, all right, it's way different now than it was back in the day with the catching and all. It's just different and pissing me off, but I'll get it again.
Now, I am intrigued because the one game that I love more than Madden was the college football game. And back then, because they had the option offense, I love option offense where you ride and come down, get the defense come and pitch it. Most guys didn't adjust to that, but yeah, I've seen it, and I said maybe I would get back into that and think about that because I'm a big Rutgers Scarlet Knight fan, so that's another reason why. So I love them more than I love the NFL. I love college football more than the NFL. So that might intrigue me, but for the most part, getting in tournaments or playing against other people, nah. Because I'm gonna be honest, most of y'all, it's not being arrogant, but y'all won't be able to play with me because I coach the game like I would want it to be played. So yeah, I saw that they're bringing it back this year, so that's why I said I'm intrigued by it, Greg. So it's a beautiful thing. So, but yeah, that getting back to the subject, that's why to me today is different than the younger generation. Way different. Parent as a parent, you are afraid of your kids getting abducted. And I get it, but you couldn't go to the store like I did. I'm telling you, literally 2 to 3 blocks away, and I'd go there, get my candy or whatever, come back home, and yeah, like Halftime said, they knew your parents. Get cigarettes for your mom or your dad. The only thing I couldn't do was buy liquor. I admit it, we couldn't buy liquor. But I could go in the liquor.
I bought liquor, but
I could go in the liquor store. That I could do. I could go in. It's not like, oh, you're a kid, you don't belong in here. No, I could go in there because they sold other things that I could get, but I couldn't buy the liquor. That because I didn't need to, because my dad had the bar downstairs, so it was just like I would go downstairs, and when my dad wasn't around, we all did our thing.
It was messed up. Like there was a bar near my mom and dad's house, and everybody went to the bar.
Mm-hmm.
The whole town goes to this one bar. I'd go in there, used to sell my candy or baseball or football or something. And they're all like, all right, we know who you are. I go in there and be like, yo, I need a 6-pack. Oh, you need a 6-pack for your dad? Sure, we'll go get it. Sure, whatever you want to say, my dad, my grandma, I don't give a damn. Give me him. And I used to get it. But then you go sit in the woods when brother's friends like, oh yeah, well that's ours. You gotta go beat it. Think you're bringing alcohol and
see, you were the younger one. I was the older one, so I know that.
I was the youngest one.
Yeah,
I was the youngest one. I used to get some shit, man. I'm like, they would all look at me like, how did you get this? I'm like, I just went in the freaking store and got it.
Yeah, see,
you're not gonna have that. Then we go tell my brothers. My brother like, yo, dude, what the freak are you doing? I'm trying to have a good time, but y'all just interrupt.
See, we had the good time because the liquor was downstairs in the bar, in my dad's bar, so in the basement. So yeah, he had it, didn't have it locked up. So yeah, I would drink everything, which is why I can handle my liquor even to this day. Doesn't matter, and I would always drink it straight. I wouldn't do the ice thing back then or the Coke or whatever. I'd pour vodka, I'd drink vodka straight, or I'd brand or whiskey, whatever. Yeah, I drink it straight. My dad showed me pictures when we were in Germany, which is why I think I started. At 1 year old, I'd walk around picking up the bottles after the party. They have always the little residue, drinking it right out of the bottle. But again, it's the 1960s, so it's a different time, different era.
But we used to get you and your dad go, hey, go give me a beer out of the fridge, boy.
Mm-hmm.
Pop the beer open, start drinking a little bit. I got it. Yo,
exactly.
Dude. Like,
exactly.
Dad, you keep going.
Exactly. So, but again, you won't see that today, and then you won't see that. Some of it is good, and we have their good reasons. But then the activities, the physical activities, nope, it's not the same. Kids are not out there doing the same thing. Why did I just close the what you call it? So we're going to move on now, and we're going to go into the NBA with what's going on right now in the NBA. So, what's your thoughts right now in terms of the current NBA playoffs? Yeah, I know your Sixers are out, so we're going to move past that. But this current round, what's surprising you right now about the NBA play that you're seeing?
Well, I thought the Knicks were going to win in 6, but they are so hurt. I mean, every freaking guy, everybody on the Knicks want to be hurt. But I think they're going to win. I think they're going to win Game 7. And I said you guys are going to win your chip this year, and I'm not going to back off of that.
Well, one thing I want to say is, yes, I'm enjoying, and yeah, Big Blue. I grew up. I'm a military brat. I was born on a military base here in the States, and right after that, my dad got shipped overseas to Germany. So I lived in Germany. I lived in England before I ended up back here in Jersey. So, yeah, eins sprechen Sie Deutsch. So I know a little bit of German. So, I can understand a little bit, and, if there's German on, there's a program on and it's speaking German, I pick up certain words. So, and I can put certain things together. It takes me a while, but yeah, and if I went back to Germany, I think I could acclimate, I'm a Jersey boy. I don't ever tell me ever leaving Jersey. But Germany is the one place that I think, honestly, I could see myself moving to go live, because I just, it's a part of me, growing up. I see the pictures that my dad showed me. What's up, Butterfly? Thanks for tapping in. Appreciate you. But yeah, I see it. So I've seen the pictures, so I definitely appreciate it. Yeah, 12 likes, for halftimes, definitely. So, but yeah, it's yeah, most people don't realize. Yeah, I lived in Germany. Again, my dad was in the Air Force. Actually, that's how my parents went. They were both in the Air Force. So, and my dad was, when he got shipped back out here to Jersey, this is where. Oh, we have a righty heavy lineup tonight. Oh, okay. But yeah, that's that's the thing. So, but getting back to basketball, you said you said the Knicks. Right now, it's a concerning situation after last night. I said this series was gonna go to 7 for the Knicks, and I said they were winning 6. But is it a concern with Josh Hart and his injury? But I think he's going to come out there and he's going to grit it out. And I think that the support from the fan base is really what's going to help this team. It really is the level of support. Now, Indiana is a deep team. I cannot sit here and tell you that they're not. And they are playing it in a way that I kind of figured that they would try to do in terms of speeding it up. But the thing is, right now with this series, as you've seen, nobody's won on the road. So, and that's the big thing right now. So, can Indiana win on the road? That's a big question mark right now, because Halliburton hasn't really produced as much as he has at home. So, I'm with you. And I think Big Body Brunson is definitely going to step up. Yes, I call him Big Body Brunson for a reason. Shout out to Kendrick Person, the governor of Knicks Nation now. So, and I'm going to get right into something else in a second. No, I wasn't stationed in Germany, Butterfly. My dad was. When I was right after I was born, we moved to Germany because my dad got shipped out to Germany. So, but yeah, no, the question is, yeah, you're right with Josh Hart. Will he play or will he not play? Because he has that rib injury, or the abdominal strain that they say, abdominal strains have said sometimes it's a week to 2 weeks that you're out. So, and you're talking about less than 48 hours turnaround for him to play. So if he comes out and he plays,
give him his little shot, he'll be fine.
Well, I'm with you. I think that, but the thing is, I don't know where it is in terms of his abdomen. So that's the first thing.
Right.
Where is the injury? Is it a muscle pull? Is it the actual rib? Is it something with the rib? I don't know, because of the way he was grabbing at it last night. But as far as this series goes, I mean, it's what I thought. I said it was going to go 7 games, and I stood by that. So, in the other series with the Celtics and Cavaliers, I figured it could have been a gentleman's sweep, 4-1. Celtics have only lost 2 games out of both of their playoff series. So, right now they're sitting at home waiting. And, they if it's them, to be honest with you, they probably want to play the Knicks, because it just seems like the Knicks continue to get hurt somewhere along the line. So, but we'll see. In terms of the Thunder and the Mavericks, it surprised me that the Mavericks are up 3-2. I did think the Thunder would win this in 7 games, but for them to have the opportunity to close it out, I think they're playing tonight. Yeah, they're playing tonight.
They're playing tonight.
Yeah, they're playing it tonight, so they can close it out. So that'll be a big thing for them if they can. So, and then the Timberwolves Nuggets, same thing. I did think it was going to go 7 games, but I think
the Nuggets beat the Timberwolves.
Yeah, I think now it's hard, because when the Timberwolves won the first 2 games, I figured that okay, they're going to win this series. But then for Denver to come back and win 3 in a row, it was just like, oh wow.
But this is my theory, and I got a theory on this. Now, Coach, ESPN talks a lot of garbage, right?
Mm-hmm,
So the guy from the Timberwolves, I forget the young guy's name. He's like 22 years old.
Anthony Edwards.
Anthony Edwards. So ESPN, as soon as the Timberwolves win 2 straight in the beginning, oh, Anthony Edwards, he is Michael Jordan. He's going to be great. You watch him, he's going to win championships and championships. And I think that kind of made it go downhill. Because after they said that, the Denver has just been, oh yeah, you think he's Michael Jordan? Let's show you. Boom, 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 boom. And they started winning. Mm-hmm. Now, don't get me wrong. He's going to get his points. He's been getting 40 points. But guess what? He can get 80 points. It doesn't matter if your team don't win.
No, that's a fair argument, yes.
And I think Denver was pissed off because people on ESPN calling this guy the next Michael Jordan.
You know what?
That's just me. Like I said, I think it's,
I think it's a little bit different for me in terms of that. What I think is Denver is saying we got a break. We got a big break, and here's why. When Jamal Murray did what he did, first throwing a towel at an official, and then you want to throw a heating pad onto the court, and he did not get suspended, not fined. He didn't get suspended. You suspend him, they don't win that game. I'm sorry. And it changes the whole context. And I think Denver saw that, you know what, we have an opportunity. Yes, they stepped up their game. I have to give them their due credit. Denver definitely stepped up their game, but they got a big break, because if Jamal Murray is suspended, the series is over with, and we're talking about Minnesota. Now, the comparison to Jordan, I get, because when I watch him, there are some things that he does that makes you say, "Oh, I saw Jordan do that." Kobe did the same exact thing. There were certain things that now, is he as great as Jordan at 22? Hell no. But he's also further along, because remember, Jordan did 4 years in college. So he was a rookie at 22, where Anthony Edwards is 22 now. So now you say he has a bigger trajectory in comparison to Jordan. But yes, do we go overboard in the comparison? Yes, we do. We all do. We bite it.
That's the only thing I hate. I hate when somebody they go get a Hall of Famer. They make sure they grab the biggest, greatest athlete in that sport, and they go, "Oh, this guy reminds me of him." It doesn't matter if it's basketball, football, or whatever. Oh,
yes, you're right.
You got a running back? he's Barry Sanders. The guy don't even run nothing like Barry Sanders used to run.
No,
You know
you're
what I mean?
right.
But I mean, Edwards he's his own player.
You will hear him say that, though. I'm Anthony Edwards. You appreciate the comparison, yes, but you want to make a name for yourself.
Right.
Same thing with Kobe. Kobe, when he came in, yeah, there's Jordan-esque similarities, but he ended up making a name for himself. You give him a go ahead. I'm sorry.
Jordan had to play a tougher defense.
True.
Back in the day, they don't play as tough as a defense as they used to do back in the day.
No. Yes.
So
I'm not, you won't get me. You won't, bro. I'm a Knicks fan. You know that. I'm used to the Bulls, the Detroit Pistons, the Celtics. The Knicks in those tough fights. Even with the old Washington Bullets, there was a time that they were a tough team to face. So I'm with you in terms of that. Different game. The rules are skewed in all sports. Football, it's geared towards the quarterback. Now it's geared towards scoring because that's what fans want to see. Where me, I'm the dumb fuck. I'm sorry, excuse my language, but
because I'm
football,
the dumb fuck too.
Football, I love. You let me see a 2-0 game. I can sit here and tell you about the beauty of that. You let me see a 79 to 78 basketball game. I see the beauty.
See, that's me. Like, I'm defense. Mm-hmm. I'm like nobody in the chat. We could buy you watching the Phillies, and it's 2-0. Mm-hmm. And they're like, "Oh, this game's boring." Mm-hmm. I'm like, "This game is awesome. That pitcher is doing his damn job."
Exactly.
Or you know what I mean? Like, if it's a football, that defense is unstoppable. They are stopping everything. You can't get nothing by them.
And that's the thing where today's era is more scoring and they want points. Where I'm strategy. I'm strategy. That's what it is. I will watch a game to see what one coach is doing. What is the adjustment the other coach is doing? Now, what are you doing to adjust to that? I don't like going up and down the court on basketball and just putting the ball in the basket all the time. I like the defense. I love when they grab and they push and they, knock people to the ground. I get it. I get it. So in old school, in baseball, you know what, Alex, I haven't adapted to it. I get the picking up the time.
I hate the pitch clock. So,
but it's like I like seeing a 1-0 game if a pitch, because that's the thing. Like they're so analytic driven. This is what the analytics. But what are your eyes telling you? Analytics can tell you. They can give you some information to help you think about it.
Yes.
But what is your eyes telling you? If this pitcher, just because he's close to 100 pitches or 80 pitches, you pull him out of the game.
Yeah.
Well, damn it! If he's out
there, got a no hitter going on. Why are you pitching? Like Blaze told me that his team, all right, the Pirates had in the 6th inning had a no hitter going on. A no hitter. Listen, it doesn't really happen that much often in baseball. Mm-hmm. You have actually stole money off the guy because if he has a no hitter, he makes a bonus on it.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
But like back in the day, how many pitches were they throwing, Coach? 160?
Yep.
Bringing 130 pitches? Let them go. It doesn't matter how many pitches it takes them. He has a no hitter going on.
And look, I get players are considered assets nowadays, and you trying to protect your investment. But I'm telling you, as a player, I don't want to be treated. I don't want to be treated as a baby. Let me go out there and play. If I get hurt, I get hurt. Now we have a better age of technology in terms of recovery and so on and so forth. And guys do a great job of investing in their bodies and minimizing injuries more than you realize going into it. But now it's like, no, let me just go. If I'm a pitcher and go ahead.
Here's another one. Like with the pitch clock.
Mm-hmm.
All right. I think you're taking a chess piece out of the pitcher and the hitter having a chess match. All right. Now listen. See, this pitcher is trying to get into that batter's head and mess him up mentally. You're taking that out of the game.
Now,
Like,
all
you
the sports.
know how he will throw to first? He's not trying to get the guy out at first. He is trying to get that batter off his count on his arm. Like, they have a count. All right, when he locks up, it's going to be 1, 2, 3, or 4, and they already got this count. You know what I mean? And you're messing it all up. But the batter, you're messing up the batter's part of his defense against going against the pitcher. When that guy steps out of bat just to, do a couple of swings like this, and that pitcher was about to throw the ball, that throws him off sync.
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
It's gamesmanship. That's you're right. Strategy, and that goes back to what I said. That goes back to what I said about seeing a football game that's 2-0 or 3-0. Everyone else is bored.
I wanted to say it. I'm like, you're right on point, and
what you call it. Alex said it perfectly. Baseball is highly analytical, and I hate it. You got Harvard geeks in the front office as GMs, but no people who have a feel for the game, which is so true. That's why, like with people in football where they try to show analytics. I say to myself all the time, what are your eyes telling you? I mean, if you understand the sport, what do your eyes tell you? Your eyes are not going to lie to you. Now, you could be wrong sometimes. Don't get me wrong. But you, for the most part, if you watch the game, you see what's going on. Like Halftime is saying with baseball, the strategy, yes, there are times where analysts are going to tell you, you know what, if you pitch him away, he's more prone to hit it this way. So now slide your defense over a little bit, position it. Okay, I get that. The percentages say when he goes up against this pitcher, if he throws this type of pitch, this is what the tendency, but it's not 100%. You still have the opportunity for them to do something else. And as far as hitters, look, you're always trying to hit home runs. Sometimes it's what happened to the simple things of, hitting away, bunting, really sacrificing. Can you imagine a big Aaron Judge coming up to the plate and bunting? Now, the fans don't want to see that. I get it. They want to see him hit the home run, but I want to see strategy. That's the thing with me. I love strategy with sports.
Hands down, you're right, Coach. Dude, I say it all the time. Like, I hate analytics. I just can't stand it. But you're right. Like, it's small ball. What happened to small ball? I mean, I just hate analytics. And people are like, well, the stats tell you this and the stats tell you that. I'm like, the stats don't tell you everything. And you got to look at the eye test. What's the eye test tell you? And they're like, what the fuck are you talking about? I'm like, you're not old school. You don't understand. I don't get how you not understand. But because they're so built on analytics, and all these people are trying to jump on the analytics train.
Exactly.
And I can't. I hate analytics.
Here's the thing with analytics.
You know me, players. Analytics, I think, hurts in baseball, hockey, basketball, everything.
Look, there's stats, and you use stats for a certain aspect. As a coach, I use it as a certain aspect. There's certain things in analytics I use to gain some information, but it's still the feel of the game, and as an opposing coach, if you're telling me this is what the analytics says, don't you think I see that too? So this is how I know I have to, play the game, but now if you say this pitcher is, he has a great fastball, and you say on this count, he's going to throw a fastball, and the batters anticipated now throw a curveball and he strikes out. It may have been a terrible curveball, but what was he expecting? A fastball. So, but you throw him a curveball. Now it's like, oh, whoa, wait a minute. That's not what the analytics say. Now you mess up the analytics. Now you change the whole strategy. And that's what I get in. Alex says the small ball doesn't exist anymore. Stolen bases are only back because of the bigger bases. But that's what's so sad about sports and the things that they're doing. I get scoring. I get it. I love a home run just like anyone else. But
he's totally right though. Small balls don't exist no more.
No, it doesn't.
Stolen bases are. This base they gave the base 9 more inches.
Wow.
9 more. I want everybody to understand it's 9 more inches. All the way around. They added 9 more inches to a base. But why? Because you wanted to take small ball away and just have home run derby. Pissing me off.
Look, there's the thing about with home runs. Like home runs in the end, if you have a bad, just like they talk about velocity, exit velocity, and the distance. I guess maybe it's me. Maybe I'm just a dumb fuck. But if you hit the ball and he just goes over 2 inches over the fence, or he goes 400 or 500 feet, doesn't it still count for 1 run?
Yeah.
What does it matter? What's the distance? It went into the stands. That's all I care about. It just went into the stands. It got me 1 run. That's it. I don't care about, it went 450 feet. Yeah, it's nice to hear, these big, strong guys hitting this. You want to impress me? Hit the damn ball out the stadium. Now, if you do that, then we can talk. And guess what? I'll appreciate it for a minute, but then I'll go back to what I just said. But it's just 1 run. It don't matter. It don't matter. So, yeah, I remember Vince Coleman when he was with the Cardinals and then went over to the Mets. Yes, man, that
100 bases, yep.
But and see, that's the thing. Like when I would watch Ricky Henderson, the games that he would play, stepping off, and then sometimes he would step a little bit further, and then you got the pitchers over there looking. Then they look back at home plate. Then he take off, and then they're telling he's going. Now he's turning around trying to throw it. Throws a bad pitch to second base. It goes into the now Ricky Henderson's on third base because of why? The strategy. And just where is the small ball? Where is that? Yes, we want a pitch clock and people are tired of long games, but that's to me part of the game.
But that's part of the game. See, the pitch clock is friggin' the pitcher and the batter are having a chess match in their head. Yes. And now you're taking it away. And that's just old school.
Exactly. So, and it just makes it, like I said, it just makes it easy. And I'm sorry, it just makes the game so much easier it's hard to hit a baseball. I'm not sitting here saying that's easy to do. But now you're not defending the whole plate. You're only saying, this pitcher is going to do this, so I only got to worry about this part of the plate. And the pitcher is saying, well, he can only do this or that, so let me just pitch him this way or that way, inside or outside, because he can't do the other. But now if he has to defend the whole plate, the pitcher has to be more precise with their pitches, inside, outside, up, down. Now it changes the whole dynamic. This is why, for me, old school, as an old school head, I see the games. All sports, I see it so differently nowadays, and they've taken away from the beauty of the sports. And you know what, we got so far into baseball, we got away from the NBA. But let's get back. Let's close this out, and we'll get back into baseball. So, with the Thunder and the Mavericks, do you have the Mavericks taking care of the Thunder tonight and moving on?
I got the Mavericks winning this one.
And what about, you said the Nuggets? You think the Nuggets are going to take care of the Timberwolves because it's tied 3-3?
Yeah, it's tied 3-3, and I think the Nuggets are going to win.
Okay.
But, I mean, because everybody got the Timberwolves going to win this. I just see the Nuggets, and they look, to me, the Nuggets are like, they're mad. You ain't giving us no credibility for being here, and you're acting like you're acting like the Timberwolves are the goddamn team to beat, and you're not giving us a chance.
I'm going to say that
the Nuggets are going to say, we're going to kick their ass.
I'm going to say this, and I'm probably wrong, but I do think the Timberwolves will win, and it's because they got the one key X factor that they needed, which is why they didn't win previously. It's Mike Conley. Mike Conley, first of all, he takes the ball out of Anthony Edwards' hand and he controls the offense. You can't really blitz Edwards as much as you would want to. And Mike Conley is also a 3-point shooter, but he's an excellent quarterback of their offense. He makes sure everyone and gets the basketball into guys' hands where they can produce. So he was the key, which is why they won by as much as they did. Now, will that be in Denver's head too? Because remember they were down by 50 points at one point. So it's interesting. So, but I have Minnesota winning. As far as the Knicks Pacers, I have the Knicks. You already said that. So it's going to be Knicks Celtics and Dallas and Minnesota, which that would be interesting. So. But now we're going to go back to baseball, and before we start to close things out, we were just diving into it a little bit in terms of the strategies. Right now, in terms of the overall, for those who don't know, I'm a Yankees fan, diehard Yankees fan, but my number 2 team is actually the Philadelphia Phillies because I love Ryan Howard when he was there. I just loved his game. So, and these are the two of the top teams in all of baseball. Who do you think, other than those two, that as baseball fans we should keep an eye on, and they may make some serious noise down the road?
Oh, that's a good question. That one's a good one, dude.
Mm-hmm.
You got Baltimore.
Mm-hmm.
They're a very young team. You got Baltimore. People need to watch for the Pirates.
Mm.
And there's a lot of people saying the Pirates are bad.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I even have Pirates fans coming to me saying, "Yo, we're horrible, man. This ain't cool. This is what do you call it?" Keep an eye on them. I'm telling you, their starting pitching is really good. It's the only problem with the Pirates is the bullpen. But another one to watch out for is the Brewers. They're a good team.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it's very close. I mean, everybody's like, "Oh, wow, Phillies are in first place." They're only above the Yankees by 1 game.
A half a game.
And now it's a half a game.
Yeah,
it was 1
30.
game, but it's not that. You know what I mean? It's very close. I mean, there's 3 teams that have 30 wins.
Mm-hmm.
And this is still a young season. You have too many games to be worried about worrying about the playoffs right now. To me, you got too many games.
And see, I'm sitting here looking at the standings, and the National League seems to be, in a sense, a little bit. I don't want to say seems more balanced, but I mean, they're both balanced. But yeah, I see where you're going because you have the Dodgers at 30-17, the Phillies at 32-14, but you have the Atlanta Braves, which they're 3.5 out behind the Phillies, so they're 26-15. Then you have like you said, the Brewers 6-18. So they're right there. I mean, you got Chicago, which is 2 games behind the Brewers, and then the Pirates, and then out west, the Dodgers are literally 7 games in front of the Padres. So they're starting to put distance between themselves, and I don't think they've really become comfortable with all the moves that they've done to get where they are. So to be honest with you, they're the ones that I'm really concerned with as far as for the Phillies, because if they start producing, they're going to run away with that division. And I really think that they may put that division to rest probably by the middle of the summer or probably going into August. I mean, I'm sitting here look.
You got fear, somebody's going to have a losing streak.
Mm-hmm.
Can't keep on winning every game. It's not going to happen.
Yeah, and I look at the AL. I mean, the Yankees are a game and a half over the Baltimore Orioles. but then you have the Guardians, who are they're 28-17. So I think they're 3 games behind the Yankees. And then you have Kansas City. I didn't realize Kansas City is a half a game behind the Guardians. So the West, though, is, you have Seattle at 24-21, but the Rangers are at 500. The Astros, they started slow. They're starting to close. They're 4 games behind Seattle. So the West, though, is not impressing me right now. Now, things could change once the season continues to go. But, I'm just sitting here looking at the standings. The Yankees, they were up and down. And it's just, it's just, I know it's early, guys. I know it's early. I know it's early, definitely. So Rangers Astros become a rivalry. I could go to a Yanks Philly series at the end of July. Both teams are really exciting. Baltimore is pretty good. That would be my ultimate World Series. I'm not going to lie to you. If it was the Yankees and the Phillies, Baltimore and the Braves, too early, only 48 games. No, I know that. And I just said it, to watch out for the Astros. They're starting to pick up. But, the point is, if the teams that are in front of them continue to keep putting distance, they have a lot of work to catch up just to get close to them. I'm just pissed. Just cost the Pirates the game. They called the guy safe, but he tagged him, and the guy hit the ball out, and they called it safe. Yeah, we know the umpires are, they're bad.
Umpires are bad, man. Listen, always will say it. A referee will cost a team a game.
The Braves are better than us.
Braves are not better than us.
The way that they're playing, the Phillies, and the thing is, see, that's the thing too. Everyone looks at the previous year, and justifiably, you do look at that. But that's why I say you have to watch the game and see what's going on, because year to year, things change. Confidence is a key element in sports. Most people don't take that into account. You look at numbers and all this and that, but our teams playing with confidence, what's their chemistry? Because that goes a long way, a very long way. I've coached teams that, as we've gone, we gained more confidence and we won. And I've coached teams that we were, so-called the best, and, we got onto a losing streak and it continued to spiral downhill. So even though we're 3.5 games up
above the Braves.
Yeah.
Listen, we're Star Wars. We're better than the Braves. Where our pitching's better, our hitting's is been now just starting to hit. We'll be fine.
Tommy, I respect where you're coming from, and and I get it. It has to be proven. Until you prove it otherwise, this is what you're going to say. But the Astros' slow start is what concerned me. And then, as Baltimore and the Yankees continue to distance themselves, what are they going to do to catch up? Because, are they going to end up being in the play-in to get into the wild card? Where does it go right there? Coach Edd, adversity will teach you. Yes, it does. It teaches you a lot of things. So, and that's why, I'm normally not as deep. I don't get into baseball this early, because of basketball and other things. But, I've been keeping an eye on it, and, it's really intrigued me, especially with the Yankees, with Juan Soto and what they've done, and it just seems like they're starting to get their rhythm. And that's why I say this. The Astros, yes, I think I'm not sleeping on them. They're going to be a force to reckon with. They're a thorn in the Yankees' hind parts. They really are. Do they psychologically, are they in the Yankees' head? Or can the Yankees overcome this and get to a point? They got to win the division first. They got to make the playoffs. I get it. But if they get there, will they be able to overcome, the challenges of playing them? Next skipper, that's your slow start, but it's so early. Yeah, I get it. It is early. So things can change. And like you said, the next few games, you know what? The Yankees could lose 10 in a row, and it changes the whole dynamic. And, I get it. But right now, with the way things are going, the Yankees are winning, and they're starting to put some distance to the rest of the AL East, except for Baltimore. They're 7.5 over Tampa Bay right now. So
Baltimore's a good team.
yes.
They're young, but they will drop.
Let me see. In terms of the whole league, if I'm looking at the American League, yeah, you have the Yankees 3 games over a game and a half over Baltimore, 3 over the Guardians, 4.5 over the Orioles, 6.5 over the Twins. Where is Houston? Houston is 11 games back of the Yankees. So that's why I'm saying this. It's a long season. I still get it. But the point is the Astros need to catch up. But if the Yankees continue what they're doing, it just makes it that much difficult. So it's a challenge. So, and the Yankees are half a game behind the Phillies overall. Baltimore is 2 games behind the Phillies. The Dodgers are 2.5 behind them, and the Braves are 3.5. The Braves and Guardians are 3.5. So
that's why I always say you got to get as much wins as possible when you're on a winning streak, because you're going to have a downside, and you're going to start losing games, and people are going to catch up to you. So teams that you're supposed to be sweeping are games that you need to win, is because you're going to have a stockpile, and then that stockpile is going to start slimming down, and you're like, wait a minute, why are we going down? It's because you're going to start losing games, and the other teams are going to start picking back up. It's baseball. Exactly. There's a lot of games.
It's a lot of games, and Yankees, Astros, they're going to play each other. Yankees, Orioles, So yes, I get it's early. Games are going to whittle down. It's just that I look at the big picture too. Yankees 11 up on the Astros. I'm not saying it gives difference, but if the Yankees continue to win the percentages the way they're doing and the way they've been playing, and like Tommy said, the new batting coach has helped them. Juan Soto is a big factor. Stanton, you need to get off his contract, but he's still playing a little bit better baseball. So if they continue to do what they're doing, they don't have Cole, their ace of the pitching staff. So it changes the whole dynamic. So yeah, they're 8 of the last, but they're 8-0. Wait a minute, let me take a look. Astros. Where's the Astros?
Astros cheat.
Yeah, we know that.
Astros are the New England Patriots of baseball.
Why isn't this coming up?
They literally got caught cheating.
This MLB site is locked for some reason. Or is it my mouse?
I think you're frozen. Are you frozen?
I think I'm frozen. Yeah, I'm frozen. Nothing is moving on my computer.
You're not moving on here.
Yeah, I'm frozen for some reason. And I don't know what happened. All right. Oh, boy.
You are frozen.
Yeah, and... All right, wait a minute. I just saw something. Yeah, I'm frozen. Oh boy. Computer technology. That's the things I hate about computers.
Yep.
Because I have no control over certain things like that. So let me see. Can I switch here? Yeah, because I can't even get back to the stream.
Yeah, what is going on? My coach is trying to figure that out. I'll answer your question, Tommy. Sheffield's arrest, that was bullcrap. Like, this dude needs to be arrested. That coach is in.
No, wait a minute.
He's got another one, but so he got arrested, and I'll go on my little rant here because I went on a rant about this. All right. The dude, all right, at 5 o'clock in the morning, a bus hits a pedestrian, kills the pedestrian. All right. And then he decides he's going to try to go around it. There is a officer in the middle of the road standing there directing traffic. This guy is pushing a pedestrian, a cop, and he is pushing him, and he is pushing him 10 yards with a car. This guy needed to be arrested. You know what I mean? He really didn't need to be arrested. And then, so they arrest him, and he gets what? An hour? If it was anybody, a blue-collar worker, that this guy would have been in jail for a long time. The cop would have been rushed to a hospital, maybe by helicopter, you know? And all of a sudden, it was like, oh, do you know who this guy is? Oh, so we gotta be soft with him because he's a big-time golfer. Who cares? He just pushed the pedestrian with a car 10 yards. The dude should be in jail. If it was me, if it was any blue-collar worker, you guys would have you've been in prison for that. It is unreal that this guy gets this kind of treatment. And the golf people should be pissed off about it. They should not let him play. It's ridiculous what happened. And the cops that even let it go and let it slide is unbelievable. For letting it slide. He should have been in prison. He should have been in jail. Because anybody else that was driving a vehicle, if they would have done that, you guys would have been in jail. It's ridiculous.
You talking about the golfer?
Yeah, I'm talking about the golfer.
Yeah, yesterday when it happened, I was actually watching on Sportsmanlike, and they literally stopped their programming to just talk about all of that. And I get it, but you're right. You know, if it was any one of us who did this, we wouldn't be in and out of jail, that fast.
In an hour? Come on, Coach.
No.
You can't get fingerprinted in an hour.
And the fact of the matter that some of his charges are an assault on a cop.
Yep.
An assault on a cop. That right there, I can tell you from from watching others go through that. There's no way in hell, like Halftime said, any of us? No. Any of you? Yeah, real talk. We're in jail. And we're in jail probably for the night. But because they wanted to, ESPN, and because of the golf and all of that, yeah, it may have been a big misunderstanding. And
he hit a guy with a car. He pushed him 10 yards.
Yeah. So
Coach, 10 yards, dude.
No, I get you. See, and I've heard different stories. I've heard that he drove away and the cop chased him, was banging on his window, and he rolled down the window and the cop pulled him out. So I don't know if he dragged him. I don't know which way to go. I've heard that too, that he dragged him 10 yards, 20 yards. I get it. I've listened to what's his name, who was reporting live what was going on. I've seen the video of him getting, handcuffed and getting put into the car, whatever. The point is, no matter what, whether he dragged the cop or whatever, he's considered assaulting a cop. He's disregarding the cop doing traffic duties, and if for them to say assault on a cop, that's where I'm like, yo, he did hit the cop. That's me.
Dude, there's nobody that's going to get assaulted with a cop and you're out in an hour.
Yeah, exactly. So it was crazy when it happened yesterday. I hated the fact that, I get it. I get what he's about, the number one golf player, whatever. But, a lot of programs stopped their programming, what they were talking about, to spend the next XYZ hours doing this.
Yeah,
I
but
mean,
ESPN's over there cheering. Oh my God! Did you see how he had it? How did this guy have a great golf game, and what his mindset after he
that's
just hit a
easy.
cop?
That these I'm sorry, it had time. It's he just has a he knows how to separate each thing and focus on the task at hand. I'm gonna be honest with you. I could do the same exact thing, bro. If I'm coaching a football game and my daughter had a bad day, but I know I got to coach a football game, I'm gonna deal with that later. You know
Yeah.
what? He was out. He was out of jail. He wasn't in jail. He was out of jail, so he's back on the golf course. So he's there, and I get it. There are most people that's still back here. It's still here. It comes back and it takes away from your full focus. They
Yeah, but
say
he's still been
golfers,
playing altogether. Is my point.
yeah, no, but because of golf, your ability to focus, you have great focus when you're, trying to identify how to hit this ball the right angle to get into the golf. I mean, get into the whatchamacallit. You're 1,000%. But it's also a matter of they know how to compartmentalize, and that's a key. That's a big skill set right now.
Yeah, it's just the point that they didn't even care about the cop. They didn't care about the dead person on the road.
No, you're right.
They're worried about, okay, they're like, I got a job to go to. Listen, I have a job to go to. If a cop tells me to stop, I have to stop. I can't go push him 10 yards and say, get the hell out of my way.
And then get out of
I
jail in
gotta
an
go to
hour.
work.
This ain't they say this ain't Monopoly. Get it. Here's your get out of jail card. No, you should have been.
You have money, you can do whatever you want, but that is
No, we know what it is. ESPN and the cops know, and they know what's going on. Look, he'll be here. He'll come to court, and he will. He will. Yes, he will do all that. I get it. But yes, you're right. Because he was in a big tournament, you had all the fans there. No, sorry, bro. Then he should have done what he should have handled his business and stayed in line. Every was staying in line. Cop may not identify that he had the whatchamacallit, but the cop said stop. Everything I heard is, he came up, the cop said stop, he said something and drove off. No, what do? We roll down our window, yes, officer. And we hear specifically what the cop will say. Now, whether we agree with it or not, there's always that debate. But the fact of the matter is we stop and we listen to what the cop says. And if he says no, get back in line. Now, if you want to say, chef, I'm the number one golfer, I got it. Okay, then the cop might say, or he might radio, whatever. But you're not going to just drive off. And that's an issue. And we would be in jail. Plain and simple. So
we'd be in jail. We couldn't get out of it. That's the only point that I'm making.
Mm-hmm.
It is so ridiculous that happened. This guy should not have been in golf. The golf community could have said, "Yo, you're done tonight, buddy. You're not bigger than life. You could have killed the cop. Forget if he's a cop. It's a human being that he's pushing."
Tommy, I get you. I get the look.
It's your dad. It's your kid. It's, you know what I mean? Put it as a family member that this guy almost was pushing you with a car. And then you'll realize, because I get some people hate cops. Mm-hmm. And they'll be like, well, it's only a cop, forget him. If it was your daddy, if it was your brother, if it was you know what I mean? Like, come on, like, have a little bit of sense.
I'm going to say this.
Been in jail.
There's a lot of other athletes in other sports kind of did some of the same thing, and they go to jail, and they're not out in the hour going back to the golf course.
Yep. Look at the dude from Kansas City.
He
get all the right to, what you call it, Dad?
Yeah, exactly. So, yes, they have money and they'll get a little status per se. They're not like me where, my fat ass is going to be locked up and they'll probably throw away the key right away. But, so but it is what it is. So, but we could go on and on about this, bro. And everyone has some great. So,
We've been
I know you got to get ready. It's almost 5 o'clock, and
I gotta get ready for a baseball game.
yeah. So, and that's the beauty of this show. That's why I love this show, because you got two old farts like us.
We can just ramble.
We can ramble, go on. And you guys are great in the chat, man. Honestly, you guys really are.
This is
Curtis.
why I love the chat. The chat just sits there and they can come up with more stuff, and we would talk all day long.
Exactly. Thanks, everyone. Nick, Curio, Curtis Joseph, Tommy. Who am I forgetting? Star Wars 99. Arku. And I'm sorry about the technical difficulties earlier. Big Blue in the
Appreciate
Bronx.
everybody in this chat. You guys are awesome.
Exactly. You guys are making this a great stream, man. A great show. Grega, Butterfly. Trying to make sure I, thank everyone personally. I don't want to miss out on anyone, because you guys are a big part of what we have right here. And hopefully it's going to continue to grow and be one of the top shows that is out here because of you. Mrs. Halftime, she's definitely a big part of this show. Yeah, I'm gonna say Nightbot. Yeah, you too. You're part of the show. The Slayer, Lex, Funny Shorts, new subscribe, play-by-play with JJ, G Nation. Ooh, thank you for being here. Blaze, always blazing new trails. My brother from another, Charles Adderley. Who else? Matt, the Giants fan. Nothing but love and respect. Miz, I love you, Miz. You know that, bro. So don't ever think that I don't. And your opinions do matter. And there will be a time when you'll be able to jump on the stream. Everyone will. My brother, definitely. NYG, also known as Unpopular Opinions Sports.
I gotta get back with you and Unpopular Opinions and talk the Giants with you guys.
Exactly. Mitch, but everyone. So I don't know if I said Grega, but thank you everyone for being here, for contributing to this show. It's been a phenomenal day. I really appreciate you. So thank you everyone. And we appreciate you, and we'll be here next week, same time, ready to get going, talking more about sports and life and what's going on. And remember, ladies and gentlemen, if y'all have something, shoot us a text, man. Whether it's Halftime, whether it's me, go ahead or leave it in the chat, because I will come back and I do check on the chat. I'm starting to do that now to see if anything new was added. If y'all have any ideas, subjects that you want to talk about, let us know so we can work it into the programming. So, and hopefully next week I won't have the technical difficulties, and even if I got to print stuff up, I don't like printing it, but I will. It'll be better next week. So I want to thank everyone for being here. Appreciate you all. Halftime. Let everybody know, because I almost forgot, what you got going on this week.
I got the Phillies game tonight, and then tomorrow. I don't know if the Phillies play tomorrow, but I'm just gonna hang out with Junior and play a video game for like an hour or two, depending on him. Because like I always do, I always got to spend a little time with the little man, and he loves playing the video game. He likes kicking my ass in video games. And everybody likes popping up the emojis and making me not be able to see what I'm doing. So we're gonna have a little bit of fun this weekend.
Oh, Star Wars said Phillies do play tomorrow.
All right, so
okay.
I'll be doing the Phillies game and hanging out with Junior
tomorrow. I'm trying to see if we're going to be streaming, or at least my man Cave, he's going to stream the Knicks game. So I might be doing that. I don't know if I'm doing any football. I'm trying to also look at the Liberties game this week, see where I can figure it game. It might be Thursday. Tuesday, I have Heart of the City with NYG. Wednesday, I have Pick and Roll podcast with the Pick and Roll crew. And again, next Saturday, we'll be back here. And then maybe I'll pick up something else. So, but that's pretty much it, what I have going on. So until then, ladies and gentlemen, I appreciate everybody. And I have a saying in sports that, going to share with you guys. In sports, Make sure you turn it on and turn it up. Peace, everyone.